Hello everyone and welcome to Final Show. I'm John, the executive producer here, and I've just got a few pre-show notes for you. First of all, I want to let everybody know that our addresses have changed. Our Twitch channel has changed from Senstaku to twitch.tv/FinalShowFilms, and our YouTube channel has also changed to youtube.com/FinalShowFilms. Next, we want to thank our $20 tier supporters on Patreon, which is patreon.com/FFilms, by the way, if you want to go throw a couple bucks our way. That's going to be Cat, Waterflame, Antitonic, Samantha Bates, and Maureen Montee. Thank you guys for that. Also, our website is in the process of getting updated, so go take a look at finalshowfilms.com. We've got Mara and Jeremy are working on updating all of our stuff there, making it look nice and like a modern website, and frankly, they know what they're doing far better than I or Austin ever did. So if you want to check out the things that are changing over there, you go do that. Follow us on Twitter at Final Show Films for updates for all future things, including things that are going on with our website and going on with the Patreon page, and things that are going on live as we stream them, as well as our podcasts and everything else. So thank you very much for watching. Y'all have a good day.
These are raisins.
Hello everybody and welcome to Ravnica Rubblebelt Scrappers. I may have put Raiders in the tweet now that I think about it. Rubblebelt Raiders is a decent card as far as I recall.
It was good in limited.
Yeah.
It's not good in a format where 3 toughness just dies to everything.
But either way, this is Ravnica Rubblebelt Scrappers. If I misspelled the title, I'll fix it later in post. Where we're currently talking about the Muffin Gang.
They're a real problem around the playground.
Which is apparently a problem in the great city of Lawrenceville.
It's specifically the Lawrenceville lawn, that playground.
Yeah.
The heart of Lawrenceville.
The heart of downtown Lawrenceville.
Oh, it's a downtown gang.
It is plagued! Plagued!
Graffiti and all.
By this graffiti muffin dealing gang. And if elected, I swear to get rid of this gang.
I'm imagining like a bunch of 5-year-old girls with Sharpies.
This is a cupcake town.
Lawrenceville was built on sweets, and muffins are sour. It's a very sourdough.
So are we ready to start yet?
Sorry, I had to get that on myself.
Yeah.
We're done making jokes about the muffin.
For now.
For now.
Until it
To
shows
clarify-
up.
We are in Ravnica, so a living muffin trying to kill you is something the Civic may have made.
Or the is it.
Or the is it. Either
Or, you know, you spill pyroxene oil on
No,
a muffin.
the isn't makes the nuclear muffin, where it's just it's a nuclear warhead in the shape of a muffin.
I would eat
I
It can walk
would you
around
eat
too,
would
I'm
you eat
sure.
a muffin filled with Phyrexian oil?
Sure, why not? I'll try anything once.
I mean, you would, only once.
I mean, after that, she would continue to eat.
Just not Phyrexian
the
muffins.
Apocalypse muffin.
I mean, it'd be whatever.
From the Mask of Death module, they had the magic item, the Apocalypse muffin.
Oh.
Anyways,
All right, veering back on topic.
When last we spoke.
That was a long time ago.
This is less veering and more taking a U-turn, but close enough.
When last these particular players sat at this particular table and rolled a particular set of dice to utilize their particular sets of skills.
We don't get waffles.
No, we eat the waffles.
Apparently we just
Waffles sound delicious. Do you want to make waffles after the game today?
Yes. I'm starving.
I've
I
got
thought-
my D20 waffle maker.
See, I thought only Austin and I were the ones that had ADHD, but apparently it's this entire side of the table.
I think it's contagious.
I'm starving. I can only think of food right now.
I just like waffles.
Well, you know what else can only think of food? The Phyrexian spiders that you guys were fighting last time.
But they're all dead. So
They are all dead. They are all dead. Currently.
They come back.
Have you ever risen from the grave of Phyrexian spider?
I'm trying to remember the name of that. I think it's a Blight Widow. It's a 2/4 reach with Infect for 3 and a green.
Yep.
I mean, it's not a bad target in limited.
No.
Sometimes you just need to stop their flyers.
Yeah. So, how's it going?
Anyway.
You guys want to go out, get something to eat, come back later?
We are playing magic-based D&D. Magic references are gonna be a thing.
They are.
Anyways.
Really nice one.
When last we left off,
No, I'm thinking like at least 5 courses. Then maybe they'll be done with like the first.
the Minotaur was stuck in a Phyrexian spider web.
That's true.
And the rest of you fought off a bunch of Phyrexian spiders. You have not yet had a chance to rest, so you are all still whatever levels you were previously. There are spider corpses on the ground. Begin.
I believe with you was untouched.
So there's green ooze coming out of these bugs, right?
Yes.
I need to get like something to scoop it up with and see if it'll dissolve the webs in the area.
Okay.
Is there anything on their legs?
Fabricate something for me to pick this up with so I don't have to touch it with my
Just metal? Okay. Well, they're trying
I will walk over and I will grab the Minotaur and yank him.
Give me an athletics check.
Strength check. Pull his arm off.
Or pull his head off, you know.
That was not a good roll. 16.
You pull, and he bounces back. Give me an acrobatics check.
To avoid getting caught in the web yourself.
That's a natural 20.
You manage to let go fast enough when he bounces back, you'll get yanked back with him and stuck in the web.
Okay, can I use flame blade to try to cut him loose?
Sure. You already have it. You already have it out because you cast it last time. So.
Right. Sorry, it's been a while.
Yeah, you cast it last time. So yeah, you run over, walk over with the flame blade, and you apply. Go make me attack roll.
Okay. What am I rolling for that?
Your attack with the flame blade.
Oh, attack. I heard tech.
Attack.
Sorry.
Spell attack.
Sorry, attack roll.
We're the Gruul. We don't make tech rolls.
You are not attempting
that's
to
leading.
catch the stage after being launched into it.
17.
You are not in
Alright,
any
roll
worry of
damage.
being stage spiked here.
It's 46, I believe. 40.
3d6.
You cast it at 40.
Oh, I cast it. Never mind. It's 46. Sorry, it's been.
It's been a minute.
Oh. Yeah.
Then at least 3 minutes.
Many nights have been slept through since the
14.
last time we played.
So you slice through the webs. They're still stuck to him. You managed to slice him free of the greater web overall, but the web did not burn. It also didn't stick to your sword because your sword's made of fire, but it didn't burn.
Is he like free from the major web?
Yeah,
though?
like he's still got like a
Okay.
big bit of spider web stuck to him, but he's no longer like constricted. You're no longer
Oh,
restrained.
this is an improvement.
I would get that looked into.
I'm gonna start dissecting some big old robo bugs and see what the heck is going on with these things.
Okay. And he was asking me if you could scoop
Yeah.
up some of the green goop.
I'm gonna, yeah, I need some of it fabricated so I can move this stuff without touching it.
I go ahead and let the gloves and stuff that I was wearing dissolve away, and then I just kind of make a big scoop and hand it over to you.
I would imagine the acid that comes out of the spiders would not harm the webs that also come out of the spiders.
It's worth a try. I mean, you know, it's the thing I'm going to do until something else comes along.
Well,
We've already destroyed the spiders.
I break one of the spiders. I try to break one of the spiders' legs off.
Maybe strength roll. What are you doing with the? What are you doing with the?
So I'm just going to go over the webs and just kind of pour this
See,
stuff on.
see if the spider's eye core
Uh,
affects the webs.
you pour it on the web. Doesn't seem to do anything to the web. As far as
15.
off.
15.
15? Yeah, you break off the leg.
Okay.
It's now dripping with
Oh,
this
like
green
the
ichor.
spider. Okay.
It's now dripping with this green ichor.
Okay.
What did you think you broke the leg off
I
of?
You can make me a nature check dissecting you. The spider.
Okay.
Nature?
Yes.
Not my greatest, but
You've been a little sick.
I poke the web with the broken leg.
Okay.
Does it stick to it?
It's not stick to it.
Okay.
15.
15? Hang on one second. Anything else you're doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I'm guessing the legs aren't really that sharp, are they? They're just.
They're pretty sharp, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try to just scrape off as much as I can with using the leg.
Give me a dexterity check to try not to get the blood on you.
Okay.
Give me a flat dexterity check. No,
11.
11.
It's weird that spider legs have blood.
They have this green energy on it.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, there's lots
I'm
of
sure
weird
my
things going on.
knowledge.
There are.
I'm sure my.
As you sort of try to scrape it off, you can't keep from dripping this green goo out of the leg onto you.
Yeah.
And as it does, it burns. You take
How far down are you? Hit points.
I'm good.
6 points of acid damage.
Because you never really got hit, did you?
But
I got hit a few times.
as the acid burns into your flesh, you notice that where it touches the web, it actually causes the web to detach from you.
Okay.
Where the acid hits both you and the web.
It doesn't damage the web, it just makes it let go.
It acts like sort of a grease between you and the web.
Alright. Alright, problem solved.
You only got a little bit on you. You're gonna have to like dump some of this stuff on you if you want to get all the spider web off you.
Like just a bit now.
Yeah, it's just a little bit on your shoulders off right now.
Does anyone with a sturdier hand want to pour some of this on what's left?
Let me see what I can do here. Yeah, why not?
Precision application.
Um,
Like a surgical application.
Can I just, it's gonna burn the hell out of my hand, but can I basically just sort of, with the amount of acid that sort of pool, just cover my hand with it and peel the webs off of him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, you did it. All right.
I will burn the hell out of my hand.
Do I?
You take 31 points of damage,
Ow.
acid damage. As do you.
How much?
Good thing I was
31
untouched.
points of acid damage.
31.
Well, if you take 31 points of acid damage, but you do manage to remove all the webs from the Minotaur. Meanwhile, you've been dissecting. You notice that most of your tools begin to sizzle as soon as you cut into it.
Well, it's a good thing I can conjure more.
So, breaking it open, it seems like the internal structure of these spider. Would you roll your nature check?
15.
All right. So you're mostly familiar with what the insides of spiders look like. They're very chitinous. The legs are just chitin, basically. Chitin with some tendons attached to it, acting kind of like a puppet strings, rather than what traditional, more mammalian limbs tend to be like. And the internal structure, you're fairly familiar with sort of where the liver and all the other internal organs of a spider are.
Spiders don't have livers.
Whatever their internal organs are. I didn't pay attention to spider.
Hey, I know exactly where the liver of a
Spider
spider
what?
is.
Spider
Nowhere.
I didn't know that was an option.
I didn't know it was either.
Did you not take spider anatomy?
No.
Wow. I'm surprised you guys graduated school
I know,
with that,
right?
that
It was
class.
such a stringent. Spider husbandry was one of the top
I mean,
classes.
we
at my
dissect
school.
like pigs and frogs, but not spiders.
Anyways, you're familiar with where the internal organs of the spider are. These spiders are basically hollow.
It was 30 what damage?
31.
Okay, so I will go ahead and use my wholeness of body and regain 30 of that, so I've taken 1 damage.
Their internal like muscular. They're not musculature is not the right word, but their internal like tendons and rigging and everything has been made metallic, and the sort of organic spinnerets and things have become like a sort of mechanical jet of some kind, but most of their internal organs are simply gone, replaced with this sort of greenish liquid that seems to be acidic in nature. And
So it's just kind of pooling around everything.
yeah, and it seems like the legs have been transformed from just chitinous legs to injectors of some kind. You imagine that if they'd been able to really bite into you, they would have been injecting some of the stuff into you at some point.
So they're basically giant syringe water balloon walkers.
Kind of. Yeah, they're giant acid syringes on 8 legs with the ability to generate spider webs.
Well, that's nasty. I love it.
How big are the manacles?
Large, sized up by, they're large.
They're large.
They're large creatures, so.
So it's going to be like
pretty big.
And any good daggers I can rip off of these things?
The legs are fairly sharp. The legs are fairly sharp, so are the mandibles. The spinnerets are pretty sharp too, though there you have that. They don't have a point, they just have like sort of extrusion, so.
Sure. Let's break off a piece of leg for a spider.
Sure, give me athletics check.
Too bad you're not a lizard folk. Then you can do that as a matter of course.
27.
Easily done. Yeah, you break off a little impromptu spider leg.
Cool.
Are you trying to keep the acid in it, or are you just trying to drain it out?
Is keeping the acid in an option? Sure, I'll try if I can, and if not, I'll drain it
Give me a
out.
survival check.
I'm good at that. I'm apparently very good at that.
I hear you were Googling spider words.
I had to know my spider anatomy, so I know just how wrong this thing is, okay?
You mean you didn't learn it in school?
I was refreshing, 29.
Yeah, so you rip it off, and then like sort of holding it, kind of like a mug or something. You reach up, grab the top, and sort of bend it closed, which cuts into your hand. You do take a little bit of damage. You take 1 point of slashing damage.
Ow.
As you sort of bend it around. But now you've got this jagged, basically shard of sharp metal that you've closed off the bottom end of it that's filled with acid.
So I could use the acid, I could open it up and use the acid when I need to.
Yep.
Or,
You're not certain how to operate the ejection mechanism from the leg, but if you needed to, you could just reopen it or break it open.
stab into someone, break it in them.
Yeah.
Let go.
If you stab and break it into somebody, it'll definitely pour the acid into them. Aside from that, it's an improvised weapon. That is piercing damage, so it'd be 1d4 minus 1 plus your strength.
So this whole thing, all these webs and stuff, they're basically like strung between trees and stuff like normal spider webs would be.
Yes. Like normal giant spider webs would be. Yeah.
I want to see how many more of these I can harvest, knowing about the bending technique now, seeing if I can approach them more carefully.
Give me another survival check.
Let me throw the die. That's 26.
I'll say you can harvest about 5 of these, 5 more of these.
So I've got
acid
6
injection
total
legs. Acid injection legs.
Cool. Maybe if I'm grappling somebody, I can.
They're stabby bits, but you're supposed to break them off after the stab.
Yeah.
You stick your pointy end in the other guy.
And then you twist.
So the question still remains, how exactly do we clear this area out for the party to move through here? Because I was thinking, if we have problems moving through a forest with spiders, we get rid of the forest. Burn the forest. The ash will cover the webs, it will neutralize them, they'll all fall to the ground, we can drive right over them.
That would seem to be a solid plan.
Especially for our group.
Now, don't get me wrong. We are the Burning Tree clan, I get that. But I feel like the entire forest going away might be a bit against our mission.
It's
Why?
not that big a forest.
We
It
just
will
go through.
regrow.
There are
Don't
other
you know how
forests.
forests
Just
work?
make a road. Yeah, we just make a road.
It's already pretty damaged.
You can also do
We can just make a road.
Also, I believe a forest fire would discourage any future arachnid problems.
I begin gathering lumber.
Fine by me.
That'll help.
begin gathering lumber. The trees have not been affected the same way that the animals have been.
Quick question. Is this like a copse forest? Like, it used to be
This is
Selesnian.
like a park, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Selesnian.
So it's not a big. This is not like a.
No. This is like a curated at one point.
Okay.
Like
This is like a hard stop forest, not
yes,
a not a
there is
natural.
there was a hard stop to when you got to it, and there's a hard stop at the other
Perfect.
side.
So it's this fire's not going to be out of control anyway.
And in fact, you could do a controlled blaze straight through it. Like you wouldn't even have to
Yeah,
necessarily burn the whole thing.
I think we just do that.
I feel like burning the whole thing down is best because I don't want these spider webs. I don't want any remnant of these things.
Can I
Yeah,
just,
no spiders.
Yes,
No
Use
spiders.
my flame blade to just like ignite the trees.
certainly.
I'm going to do that.
The druid begins burning the forest
I'm
down.
just going to start roaring. Absolutely.
We have the best druid.
There's a teeny tiny, small, itty bitty little voice in the back of your head that goes,
Shut up.
something seems wrong about this. And you just immediately stamp it out.
It gives the Willy Wonka, please don't.
It's that small little
No, wait.
effervescent voice of Selesnya in the back of your head, and the gruel just stomps out of it.
Oh, that's right. You used to be a Selesnyan.
Yep.
Yeah, used to be.
It's okay.
Just like this forest.
I destroyed
Now
it
it's
when I was
cool.
Celestia too.
A couple of the trees fall over and collapse as they're burning, forming the burning tree mark.
Take a picture.
Just coincidentally.
Selfie in front of us.
You couldn't do that because that would require technology. Just break that.
The only technology we have would be very effective here.
That's right. You do have a flamethrower.
Yeah, we're just gonna burn the forest down the old-fashioned way.
Absolutely.
What was the roll for the Pyre Converger? It was a D20.
This is your second shot with that, right?
The second shot has a chance to fail, which is the
Yes.
No, my first shot was yesterday.
It's between long rests. Let me
Yeah.
okay, I will pull it out real quick. Pyro Converger. The best magic item.
Oh, here it is.
One of the best magic items.
Each time you use it, roll a D10 and add the number of times you've used it since your last long rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
10 plus 0, plus 1. And if you hit an 11, it goes up.
I'm just gonna use this a couple times. Okay, I'm good.
Alright, now plus 2.
Now plus 2. That's a 10.
Getting tight.
And use it again.
It sounds like fun, why not?
7 or less.
Oh, that's an 11. Okay, blows up.
Third time around, the pyro converger
Take-
explodes.
You take 46 damage and you can't use it until you finish a long rest.
Yep, that's me.
Oh, it's not gone. It just needs to take a long rest.
No, it's an is-it contraption. Blowing up doesn't stop it.
Blowing up is a feature.
Blowing up is not a bug. It's a feature. Blowing up is not a bug. It's a feature.
Oh, things going off. So
It
how
may have been a
many
bug
points
the
you
first time.
I
and
take
they're
10
like-
points of fire damage.
So what happened in the Is It Labs is it blew up and they're like, instead of saying, how can we make this not blow up, they said, how can we make it continue working after it blows up?
So the goblin cranks out this power converter. 3 passes. Just engulfing trees and spider carcasses in fire. And then as he goes for a 4th pass, there's a click. Click, click.
Cow.
And as you turn it to look, an exhaust port on the side just injects fire into your face.
He kind of has that sort of cartoon Wile E. Coyote, ash-covered face. And then he just kind of grins.
I come over and
Fascinating.
flame out of his hair.
I put it away and start using Produce Flame.
So
And
the-
Green
the
Flame
forest-
occasionally.
The forest is brightly ablaze. I would like you all to make perception checks with disadvantage. Because the forest is currently brightly ablaze.
As it should be.
That's disadvantage. That's big disadvantage.
Yep.
Thankfully, I have expertise in perception. Unfortunately, I have disadvantage, so.
An 8.
7.
4.
Austin?
14.
11.
I rolled 2 and a 17.
Plus 4, 15.
Alright. So yeah, none of you notice anything other than the raging fire.
Charles trying to use only one hand to hold the bottle. He refuses to use his right hand.
That's what I told you. I think he's going to be left-handed.
He's just.
Use both hands. Need both.
Working on those.
He refuses to use his right.
So yeah, none of you notice anything other than the brightly burning forest.
I mean, to be fair, what else is there to notice at the moment?
No, it's true. Nothing could possibly be attracted by this fire.
No.
Alright, carry on.
Good.
Yeah, the Rakdos would
It'll
certainly
spread.
would.
Yeah, no,
Jason,
Rakdos wouldn't enjoy a bonfire at all.
Carry on.
I'm sure the bagpipe music will make itself abundantly obvious.
Anyone got marshmallows?
You continue.
Conjure marshmallows. Does roasting marshmallows count as the marshmallows taking fire damage?
Yes.
Darn.
But it's
Go away
improving
when
the
you cook.
marshmallows.
Still damaging. You can improve things through
You're
damage.
trying to burn them away.
I wouldn't really be able to eat them either. I might be able to taste them briefly, but
It would taste like smoke as they evaporate.
Also, you taste a marshmallow? That's generous, sir. They're made of nothing.
They're made of gelatin and sugar.
They have a taste.
They taste
It's
like
just-
sugar.
Yeah, it's just sweet.
It's sugar and boiled cow.
So what
Sometimes they add flavoring to them.
Sometimes
those
people make
marshmallows.
mistakes.
They do, because those marshmallows suck.
Actually, no. I've made flavored marshmallows, and when you make them at home, they're much better.
I've never had a good flavored marshmallow.
Well, have you ever made your own flavored marshmallows?
I've never made
He made mint ones.
Actually,
once
no,
that were
once-
actually
Only
good.
one of us in this room is a cook, Austin.
I'm a baker. Thank you very much.
That is a subclass of cook.
A subclass?
a prestige class.
Cook is the primary menu. Then you drop down
No.
to baker, etc.
You have an opposite. Chef is the primary menu, and then cook and baker are the two splits.
Oh yeah. What's the deviation?
What do you mean deviation?
Like between like when you go from chef to cook or baker, what's the separation?
Bakers use chemistry. Chefs use cooks use cook things on the fly and do whatever tastes good and not worry about the consequences chemically because you don't have to make things last for more than 5 seconds.
I sense a bit of professional bias.
Exactly. I was trying to exude it.
Austin makes things taste good. End of story.
Most
So
in the
cooks-
culinary field attempt to.
A lot of people in the culinary field try to make things look good at the expense of how they
That's
taste.
why I said
that's the
most do.
photography field. Thank you very much. We're the people that put glue on hamburgers.
So
Yeah,
to
no,
make them look
it's
good.
like the difference between,
By the
chefs
way,
who go to chef school
fun-
and chefs who go to like art school.
Fun fact for anybody out there watching: if you ever look at a food commercial that shows like really drippy, gooey cheese and really, really white milk, both of those have glue in them.
Actually, milk is just straight Elmer's glue.
Yeah, like not all. It's Elmer's glue with like water to make it flow a little bit more, so it
Yeah,
doesn't solidify.
I took that class.
Yeah, I'm a film major.
So what you're saying is baker is an intelligence-based class and chef is a wisdom-based class?
No, chef's a charisma-based class.
It's the wizard sorcerer thing,
Yeah,
but
there
in the
you go.
culinary world. And then a decorator is a dex-based class. It's like the bard. It's like they can typically kind of cook, but they're more concerned with
They have
making things pretty.
They have the charisma and dex sort of thing. Like
Yeah.
they're a jack of all trades. Coming to you next week, baking in ovens. Anyways.
I mean, I kind of want to run a
Donuts and deep
campaign
fryers.
whenever.
Donuts and deep fryers. Yes. All right, we need to start a category on Slack so we can start brainstorming the system.
Yes, please. I will play this game.
Hey, there's an open SRD license out there, man.
Oh, 5th edition donuts and deep fryers.
Yes, I will play
The
this.
party is in charge of putting together a fast food baked goods chain.
So is it's going to be Food Wars?
You have to
with
go
baking?
out. No. It's
It's not just baking; it's everything
no.
else.
It's the game. Oh, it's for the Switch. It's a game about fantasy chefs that go out and hunt down their ingredients.
I know what you're talking about, but-
Battle Chef Brigade. It's
Yes,
Battle
that's
Chef
it.
Brigade.
That's it.
It's a game about fantasy chefs that go out and hunt down monsters and kill them for ingredients, then prepare the ingredients into a meal a la Iron Chef.
And of course, the way that you kill the monster would affect the quality of the ingredient.
The way you kill the monster affects the quality of the ingredients you get, how many ingredients you use, and you have to prepare them using specific ingredients and a specific combination of ingredients based on the judge's preferences.
I still wanna play this.
There's a main storyline over here somewhere, and we're just like, no, we don't need you anymore.
What? This is an actual play? I thought it was a podcast.
I still want to play this now.
I would be down for a Dungeons and Deep Fryers campaign.
We need to come up with we need to homebrew a system for Battle Chef Brigade.
I was about to say, I'm the homebrew person here. I can do this. I just need time and ideas.
I'll work on it. We'll get it figured out. We'll brainstorm in Slack.
That'll be in our Dash 20 revival show. Anyways,
The actual plot where we're hopefully cooking all the spiders.
We're doing stuff, right?
You exit the flaming forest.
We're just having fun.
On the other side of the flaming forest, you find some form of industrial complex that has not yet been destroyed.
Shucks.
We can fix that.
How long does the poison last? I was poisoned during the battle.
You're poisoned. You are still poisoned.
Okay.
Oh wait, no! Several of you were unconscious at the end of the battle, weren't you?
We got them back up.
They healed. Someone
Yeah,
healed.
no.
Oh, we healed them, but
But they're
never...
still unconscious.
Right, the two of them are still unconscious.
We have to rewind slightly.
Wait.
The forest is still on fire, but the two of you are unconscious.
Right. I'm carrying her out.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll drag him out.
You still managed to set the forest on
We get
fire,
things done.
but two of you were unconscious the whole time.
Right. We carry the two of them out. Yes.
That's right.
I got her.
I'm assuming you set up camp outside the forest. So yeah, so when you exit the other side of the forest, there is this industrial complex that looks like it was probably on full at one point in time. There's signage for various Ravnica distilleries and breweries and food places.
Are they still open?
I mean, the doors are open. There's nobody there. It's an abandoned mall.
Look. Shelter.
Yeah.
I think we could use the rest.
I'm going to see if we can set up and take a short rest.
Yeah, good idea.
So yeah, you
To be
go.
fair, it's 'cause I'm a monk.
You go into one of the bars that is located there, and yeah, it's sort of a classic sort of like old style bar where it's got this really long bar where there's a mirrored shelf behind it that looks like it used to be stocked full with alcohol. There's only a couple of bottles left now.
Bottles full.
A couple of taps. What?
Are the bottles full?
They're dusty. You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's that
They're
alcohol.
still sealed.
Yep, they're still sealed. There's some empty tables and chairs and a stairwell going up to another floor, and some large mechanical object on the back wall that looks like it's filled with discs.
So there's an upstairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs.
Yes, there's upstairs.
So let's go upstairs. Let's carry people upstairs because it's a much easier sensing point. Hey, she's unconscious, so she's not doing anything anyway, right?
He's not.
He could be.
I mean, what do you want me to do? Break things?
Yes.
Rule.
We are. Yeah.
Yeah, we have
That's what we do.
Point me at a thing and I'll break it. I don't really need to be part of the conversation, but I do.
I'll pick up the bottles and take them with us for now.
Okay.
Am I unconscious?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there a keg?
Not at the moment.
So they'd be upstairs in the storeroom.
Theoretically, or if there's a basement.
Is it? Ooh, let's look for. I'm gonna look for a basement first before we go upstairs.
Sure. Give me an investigation check.
Stop. Go through the tower. I got a 18.
You definitely can hear as your hooves are hitting the floor. You definitely hear there's a hollow space under the floorboards. You're too big to get behind the bar. It looks like it wasn't designed for a centaur bar person.
I could remove the bar.
You absolutely could. There's this cracking and tearing sound as you rip the bar away.
I am now
Step through.
too big to get behind the bar. No.
No, the bar's
The
too
bar
small.
gets
Now
behind you.
the bar has gotten behind you. There is indeed a trap door that looks like it's in sort of like the back room, just off the behind the bar.
Open up.
Open the trap door. There's
Send him down.
stairs leading down, but again, the trap door is too small for you to
Please
get
send him
through.
down.
But there are stairs leading down.
Why would you send the goblin down to go and find alcohol?
Well,
You realize I'm still unconscious, right?
Also, the goblin's still
Oh, the goblin's unconscious too.
Yeah, it's
Half the party is
three-
unconscious.
Yeah, half the party.
Throw his
Right.
unconscious
Oh right,
body
yeah, that's right.
down
You're
the
still in my goblin sheath. Because at the end, because I had
But
created my
you
goblin
still-
sheath to protect you from spiders,
So
and
who's
then I stood
unconscious?
over her.
Goblin?
You didn't go unconscious from poison, though, did you?
No.
No. So he can be healed back up.
So he
It
was
was
healed.
just
Yeah.
those two.
I went unconscious because a spider nommed on my cranium.
Yeah, but you didn't
Was
fail
that-
the Constitution save.
Was I unconscious because of the poison?
Yeah,
Or
you,
was that
you were
happening?
poisoned and then unconscious.
Yeah.
No, I failed one of the
was-
Constitution saving throws, and I succeeded the other one.
Right. So all
And I
three
made
of you
two
were
of them because I
failed.
missed.
All
Yeah.
three of you were unconscious.
So you were healed back up after from being unconscious, but you were knocked out. I forgot. I remember this now.
Yeah.
The spider poison keeps you unconscious.
Because My method of surviving as
I
a
don't remember going
spellcaster is HP.
unconscious.
Yes, the spider poison keeps you unconscious.
Or maybe I was thinking of you and not him.
Because I don't remember going.
Yeah, he didn't go unconscious. He did.
I never.
So it's the two of them.
I got hit like once.
He's poisoned.
Yeah,
He didn't get knocked
He's
out.
poisoned.
That's right. Okay, so you are so
was very
you are still
confused.
awake. These two are.
Yeah, I could not tell if you were pointing at me or him,
It's
and
been
I was like,
it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
I got hit like
Stuff
twice.
has happened.
It hasn't just been a couple weeks. It's been a couple weeks. So anyway, is it too short or too narrow or both?
Both.
Or is it ladder down or?
It stairs down, like you can walk down. But
She is like 4 foot.
Okay.
yeah, Shawnee can get down there easily. It's not built for people that are on the border size of medium to large, like centaurs
not
and
built-
Or
minotaurs.
people
max
with
out
a horse
sliders.
sticking out of their back end?
That too. Like why am I? We never introduced ourselves at the top of the show.
That's
No, we
okay.
did
I
not.
know. They didn't catch them last week.
We weren't here last week.
I know.
We're professionals.
We're still us. Hi, I'm Kovar, the giant suplexing centaur.
It also helps because I keep forgetting your names. What's their name again?
Garrus.
Garrus,
The
thank you.
Minotaur Barbarian.
Garrus could probably fit down there.
But it wouldn't be
Favorite spot on
comfortable.
the Citadel.
Yes.
Yeah, it wouldn't be comfortable.
His name is favorite spot on the Citadel.
Yes, Garrus could
Yes,
probably
that's
fit
right.
down there, but
Last
it wouldn't
time.
be comfortable.
Well, Shawnee can go get beer.
So we'll go downstairs and see what alcohol.
Yeah, no, there's a
Dear
couple.
Shawnee, why did I think I...
There are a couple of kegs down there.
Oh well, only one of these is coming back untapped. I immediately open one and carry the other one over my shoulder.
Okay. You punch a hole in it.
Yep.
It's pouring alcohol.
I start drinking while I'm carrying the other one up.
Okay. One keg up, one keg over.
Word, word.
Give me an athletics check.
23.
Oh yeah, no. So Shawnee comes back up. Well, Shawnee doesn't come back up. A keg comes back up the hole. Then you see Shawnee holding it, drinking out of
Well,
the keg.
that's Shawnee's keg. This keg, I'll punch a hole and start pouring out the good stuff.
It's okay. It's.
Start pouring out the mediocre stuff.
Yeah.
We're gruel. We're not this sort of refined, upper class, artisanal brewery beer people.
No,
Yes,
that's
but
why.
dwarf.
Like it's okay.
It's all right. I've had better.
It's not the blood of your enemies, but it'll do.
No, that's some good stuff.
we had plenty of that already. The blood of his enemies is in his dagger now.
It's in his acid syringe legs. Thank you very much.
All right. We're gonna
His
have a short
stabby
rest
thing.
with the beer.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, upstairs. If you go upstairs, it's basically like sort of like an apartment where there's like a
Cool.
bed and stuff.
Oh, look, an actual bed.
Beds are for silly bipeds.
Yes.
And also, it's old and dilapidated and probably filled with all sorts of fancy new life forms to discover.
Perfect for gruel. Gruel bed.
Or a civic bed.
I'd
Or a Golgari bed.
sooner take apart.
Actually, it's the
dirt
most- it's
than
mostly
waking up
Golgari
with all
bed.
sorts of
Yeah, it's a
fascinating
pretty
blood
Golgari bed.
All right.
You
Okay.
lean on
When
it,
you do the short
insects
rest,
come
long
pouring
rest.
out.
Well, we're gonna do a
Golgari
short
share
rest
color.
and see what happens.
All right, you take a short rest. So an hour passes. You can spend hit dice to heal.
How are we all feeling?
Are we conscious?
No, not yet.
They're not conscious?
You gotta
Nope,
cure
not after
the-
short
you
rest.
gotta cure poison.
I suppose we'll have to stay. What time of day is it?
You entered the forest in the morning. You burnt it down by noon.
Do I think I could use?
So it's probably about like mid-afternoon.
We'll have to sleep here until midnight. and
Do
then
I
carry
think I
on.
could make an anti-venom?
Do you have any sort of chemistry kit?
I can do medicine.
Do you have alchemist tools?
No, I don't have to.
No, you can't make it. You can't make it. You don't think you can make it.
We would also have to have a sample of the poison, and none of us got that.
Oh, that was the blood.
I have the acid blood.
Yes.
Also, Icor that
The acid ichor.
We could have gotten to the poison sacs.
Well, now we can't.
We could have, but I chose not to.
And now they're on fire.
I didn't take it. Well, before we take a long rest,
Synthesizing a cure would require knowledge of the poison and the ability to synthesize outside, which would require an alchemist set, and so I used alchemist tools, alchemist tools, or poisoner's kit, and so I was proficient in poisoner's tools.
Or just generic anti-venom, which would be a healer's kit, which I don't think any of us have.
Yeah, or a healer's kit.
I didn't grab one of those.
I may actually have one of those. I think I do.
I think I was supposed to get one.
If someone has a healer's kit, then you can make a medicine roll with a healer's kit.
Someone would like to give me a healer's kit.
Well, in that case, I'll make a medicine roll with the healer's code.
At your medicine.
Pretty good.
He's a wisdom strength throw.
I am also a wisdom monk. I was wondering if he's proficient or not.
I am proficient.
Okay, fine.
That's why I have a medicine kit.
So I can make a medicine check with the healer's kit. Be in your inventory.
I'm going. Yeah. I have a whole bunch of stuff. It's a medicine kit.
Healer's kit.
Healer's kit. No, I have an herbalism kit. Sorry.
Herbalist kit.
No, I have an herbalist kit, not a
Yeah,
healer's
you
kit.
could try to make some. You could try to make something with an herbalist kit. It wouldn't be as effective. It'd be harder.
I'll give it a shot. I'm
Yeah.
proficient with it.
DC would be higher.
So it'll be an herbalist kit check, which is wisdom based. So
Okay. 19?
So you make you can't cure the poison,
Okay.
but you can determine that it should clear up after a long rest.
All right. In that case, we'll set up for the day.
Yeah, they're not going to. They're stabilized. They're not going to die. It's just going to keep them down for a while.
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my cure wounds before we rest.
How big is this complex?
Fairly large. Like you just sort of enter into the beginning of it, and it continues on for a little
We
while.
found the tavern on the strip mall.
If you've ever seen the Las Vegas Strip, where it's just like building like establishment after establishment after establishment after establishment down this long line that sort of has light poles and stuff in the middle
Yeah.
of it. It's basically that in your
Alright.
beginning of it.
Before we start resting, I'm just gonna check out the rest of the strip we're in,
Okay. You haven't get into this game.
just to make sure there's no surprises immediately upon us. I'm gonna suck at it. That's a 5.
Seems fun.
Oh, I was picturing.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing that as he's walking in. He's trying to whistle, but he's doing it wrong. He's inhaling rather than exhaling. He's like,
I can whistle on an inhale.
yeah, as opposed to. I can't whistle on an inhale, so. You're whistling on an inhale like I do, which is not.
Maybe we can move on.
What
Anyway.
was that demonic thing?
Talking while
That's speaking on an inhale.
Okay. It sounds like you're
It
possessed.
does sound very strange, yes.
Anyway, I'm basically like, what's in the strip?
It sounds like a speaking spell.
This is a bar. What else was on the strip? What other buildings?
So yeah, there's bars, eateries, a couple of just base of entertainment stores. This is a fairly, it seems like it's an entertainment district.
Okay. Nothing of interest.
There's a Rakdos box there.
What?
Starbucks, but Rakdos.
Yeah. Rakdos would be the people that, like, the non-carnival Rakdos people would be your, like, service
Yeah,
industry
like
folks,
literally,
yeah.
Rakdos is your public works and like your
Your service,
your
And
service
entertainment.
industry.
your entertainment and service industry.
Blood of your enemies is on the menu.
I was just like Rakdos bucks. I'm like, can you not think of a better name?
Would they think of a better name?
Pumpkin spice, blood of your enemies.
That's the thing
Blood
about
of your allies.
that's the thing about Rakdos though, is they don't
I
need to
get
think of a
that.
better name. That name works fine.
They have plenty of good names.
They do, but that name
Most of their
works
names are bad puns, actually.
fine. And Rakdos are exactly the guild that would call a Rakdos box.
Like Hackrobat.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And Drillbit, never bored.
Anyway, we're taking a long rest.
Guys, you see my drill bit?
So we're
Who
taking
needs
a
to
long
be
rest
healed first
instead.
before we go through all this?
I have taken one.
Heal rest fully heals you.
The
Yeah, long rest
Full-
The-
you're all long rest fully? Okay,
The
let's do
Rakdos
that.
Carnival is my favorite group of people because they don't give a fuck about you. It's all about what makes them laugh.
We're sure you'll find something that'll entertain you here.
Or us.
So we're taking a long rest, right?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
short.
You did take a short rest. Now you're taking a long.
Okay.
At the end of a long rest, which will be 8 hours, the 2 poisoned people will come back to life, and the poison condition will go away from you over there.
I had a dream I was burning a forest.
Probably brought on by the smoke from the forest we burned.
Makes sense.
You should have seen it.
Over there.
Are these buildings in the way at all?
Of course not. There's a big street down there.
There's a
You
yeah,
don't need
there's
to burn these
a
down.
street down the middle.
Okay.
I mean, you don't need to burn them down, but
You don't need to know.
They also wouldn't be. They also wouldn't
Exactly.
burn very easily. They're mostly stone.
Yeah. I will really quickly grab a chair and smash the state, just because.
Sound of shattering glass.
They carry on.
I'm gonna, before we leave, I'll look for. I'm a bit short for getting to the top shelf, but I'll try.
There are no bottles left on the shelf.
Well,
You thought there'd be any alcohol left in this building by the time I finish a long rest?
he's a dwarf.
Also, I do save a keg for our fallen companions, so that when they wake up, there is a keg.
Thank you. I will take the cake.
You can dump the goblin in it.
I can drown a goblin in this.
The goblin's got a pretty good con, actually. I imagine the goblin could drink about his weight.
I
in
probably
beer.
have more con than you.
You absolutely do. My con is not that high.
Yeah, and mine is 18.
But yes, it is a keg large enough to drown a goblin in.
Maybe not.
Goblin might enjoy that process.
Go swimming in it.
As you step outside, you hear
I
the
take-
ephemeral sound of bagpipes.
Closing or
Who wants to
leaving?
go to the circus?
Coming closer.
Oh, they're on their way.
I just sort of stare off into the distance, exasperated, just
Exasperated.
drink.
Exasperated.
Exasperated.
Do we want
I
to
only
set
took
up
like a single mug.
You're not from Gadget
That's
Sam
all I
in this universe.
Alright. Let's carry on. I begin walking down the street to where we're going still.
Exasperated by Gazlo.
Alright. Leaving the sound of bagpipes behind, as you continue down this merry strip that has long been abandoned by the people that used to live here. You find yourselves eventually coming to a more what was probably at one point a far more traveled thoroughfare, and in this particular instance does still contain life. You see people sort of scattering as what looks like a cool war band approaches.
I do like your description of the sound of bagpipes as ephemeral, by the way.
Yes, the ephemeral sound of bagpipes.
Because that's definitely a description you can apply to bagpipes.
It is when they're at a distance.
I love bagpipes.
When they're at it, when they're
But
at
ephemeral is not the.
ephemeral is not a quality judgment. It's a, I mean, it is a quality judgment, but it's not like a good or bad quality judgment. It's a how much it's coming in and out at the distance. It's vague and soft because it's that far
I don't
away.
think even in a distance bagpipes are soft.
No, they are.
It's like someone's breaking a cat in the distance.
You do know the definition of ephemeral, right?
Yes.
What?
Picture
Vague
someone bringing
and
a cat
soft.
in the distance.
That is not the
What's
definition of ephemeral.
What's the definition of ephemeral?
Lasting a short time. Or short-lived.
It works.
The bagpipes are not short-lived.
No, they're not.
They've been going for days, so they're not ephemeral.
Ephemeral is fleeting.
There you go.
Which, I mean, to be fair, you can use the fleeting sound of something in the distance, but they're going constantly, so...
It's in the distance.
It would be,
The distant sound of
it
bagpipes.
would be ephemeral if they were going away.
I mean, they're going away.
Trying to go away. But we keep hearing.
Let us make them ephemeral.
You're gonna find
What
out
we're
so
saying is
fast
we're
we
walking.
Get things done.
Anyways,
So we're going toward town now.
So-
of bagpipes.
so you've come to a
Half of us are
thoroughfare.
walking, half of us are trotting.
The buildings in this thoroughfare are far more orderly.
Well, probably more of a cantor than a troggo.
The buildings in this thoroughfare are far more orderly than they have been previously. They're straight lines and sharp curves, with a very structured city plan thoroughfare.
Did you say there are people living in them?
There are people that sort of scatter off the street when they see you approaching.
I look at our allies.
You see a couple. You see a couple of Vidalcan and a couple of humans that were that look to have been basically just sitting around, not doing much. Probably squatters.
So some guildless squatters, most likely.
Yep.
The reputation of the Gruul always precedes us.
Yes, and we would do well to live up to it. I say, walking over to a house and just kicking a support beam in.
Beam cracks and crumbles. Part of the wall starts to fall.
You walk over to the support beam, kick it in.
Another beam snaps and the wall starts to collapse.
You know, go along.
Looking around, this looks like at one point this was probably the city center of this section of the Rubblebelt that you're in. There's one building that very clearly has the Azorius triangle on it.
Break that one.
As a means of.
You act like there are ones I won't break.
No, that one in particular, though.
Yes, we have a special fate for it. I recommend that if you're living in these homes, you leave. I say as I kick another support beam in.
You hear the sound of people
Leaving.
vacating the premises. Out back doors and through back outs.
Is there anything left inside as these people were leaving? Walk in.
So you're going to run ahead and loot, and then I'm going to follow behind with. I've got a giant.
I feel like we're the sword dancers in front of Ali's procession in the beginning of Prince Ali. Say hey, it's Prince Ali.
So I've got
What's the genie?
just a giant piece of crowbar that I'm, going around and effectively and quickly dismantling support beams.
I'm just walking around staring people down,
There's
crying
nobody
on
really-
about.
There's nobody really to stare down. They
Staring people
scattered
up.
as soon as
Yeah,
they
they scattered for him. They don't even see you.
They scattered as soon as they saw 3 centaurs and a minotaur coming down the street.
The dwarf and the goblin are kind of not even noticed.
I'm just gonna start basically following him, burning some of the rubble he leaves, and
I mean, I'm just weakening the structures. They probably need a good.
and I'll be crying out about how this is just a taste of the changes yet to come.
As you're going around,
I'm just priming it for the Gruul Warband.
terrorizing the populace.
Yeah, exactly.
I am ignoring the populace, sir.
You don't have to be paying attention to the populace to terrorize.
Now the Boros show up.
What?
They're squatters.
As you're sort of knocking down a couple of buildings, a deep voice calls out from a bit further down the thoroughfare. And what use have Gruul for these abandoned buildings and terrorizing these individuals?
The buildings are in our way.
The wilds need to reclaim this area.
And I believe that has been what the Gruul have always done.
It's what the Gruul have done since their rightful job was taken from them, at least.
As you look, you see this massive figure stepping out from behind a building, standing probably a good 20 to 25 feet tall, bare-chested with sort of a red loincloth strapped into a golden white belt. That looks dirty and dingy.
It's a hammer dropper.
It looks dirty and dingy compared to what it might have been at one point. With in one hand this large golden sort of pole arm that seems to be lacking in a blade. There's nothing in your way. This thoroughfare is clear. There's nobody harassing you or haranguing you.
The
Why do you
wilds.
feel the need to break walls and terrorize
The wilds need to reclaim what was once theirs.
people? Then
The
leave
city
this alone.
oversteps its bounds.
Leave the city alone. Let the wilds reclaim it.
The city has never taken such luxury.
If you pass through here unharmed, I will let you pass. But if you continue to terrorize those who seek shelter here from the rules of guilds, then I will have to interfere with my comrades.
They can continue to take shelter here, I say as I kick another beam.
Not if you continue to destroy their shelter.
There is shelter within the wilds for those strong enough.
Shelter must always change. We are just heralds of this change.
You will not halt your course.
I kick out of the support beam in.
I pull out Pyro Converger.
To arms! He slams the this haft down under the ground, and as he does, the tip of it erupts as this spear of sunlight pulls forth. From behind the building, he grabs this massive tower shield and slams it down. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh no, it's the what's the one that hits all of the enemy creatures for 1 damage whenever he attacks?
What we're saying is the Boros Giant.
Yeah, that particular one, I can't think of it. The really good one from Guilds of Ravnica.
I mean the one that is not good at all in limited,
Not unlimited, but
or is terrible and
No, it's
it's
fine.
useless in standard.
He's fine as
The 5/5 for 6. It's a 6-drop who doesn't meaningfully affect the board.
It's a 6-drop that, like, really makes all of your 1-drop that really kills any 1 toughness things that you have every time it swings.
Yes, but
Which is really
if
bad
you're
for
playing
the white
6
deck.
drops in Boros, they need to kind of win you the game.
I mean, it wipes the field of goblins. It's not like great all the time, but
Excuse me, I take offense to that.
like if you're doing a goblin go wide strategy, it wrecks them.
But you're Boros, you're the one doing that strategy.
It's the anti-Boros strategy. The Boros anti-Boros strategy.
17.
Also 17.
Oh, also 17.
Nice.
Definitely not a 17.
You're going last of the three of us.
No, he's gonna go up.
Why?
You have a dexterity of 8.
Okay.
And I'm going last of the 6 of us.
I think his dexterity is better than mine, maybe.
I think we have the same dexterity.
Do we? Right. Is yours 14?
Yes.
So is mine.
Right, because I remember you going through this before because
What's
you
your
got the same
intelligence?
initiative
What's your
before.
character's name again?
Ari? Ariana Grande.
I thought you didn't like him saying that.
No, but it's how he remembers it.
What's your intelligence?
I have a -1 modifier.
So do I. What specific?
It's an 8.
Mine's 9. Okay.
Not the most intelligent
15.
party.
Garrus?
Rule.
Don't you mean Favorite Store in the Citadel?
Favorite Store is
Played by Brawley, the legendary Super
I
Saiyan.
got a 16. I think he's last. Preston. Because.
Pressing Darby.
No, we gotta play it.
This is also the reason why I have everybody introduce themselves at the beginning, so I can remember goddamn names.
I'm Rudy.
Rasgoon.
Yeah, I'm Holly.
I missed one for
That's the guy that played
Alright, what'd you get?
Centauri.
Alright, so the Boros are going first.
Last of the Starfighters.
They have haste.
Something impressive.
I don't even know what movie that is.
You mean Last Starfighter?
Last Starfighter.
Not Last of the Starfighters.
That sounds really familiar.
It was fun. But the guy who plays Centauri is the actor's name is something Preston. His first name. But anyway, that's where I got Preston.
Okay.
It's a Centauri.
That's a long reach.
I mean,
This is
he's
your
a
father.
large si- Oh no, he's not a large
Yes.
sized creature, so he has normal sized reach.
No, I do have 10 foot moves, but
So,
Okay.
as the spear slams down, you hear the crashing of glass and wood as barred up windows explode out from a little bit higher up on the buildings surrounding you. As what looks to be a anyone who wants to give me there's no society roll with this. A history check. A history check.
Robert Preston.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, 20.
0.
7.
History?
10.
Perception.
History.
History check.
History.
2.
You know that
16.
windows are made of dirt.
16.
What'd you get, Holly?
10.
Rudy, what'd you get?
7.
Alright, so
20.
the 16 and the 20. The 16, because you're not from here, you recognize Boros as Boros.
Yeah.
But the 20, this looks like a deserter legion of Boros, which is a thing that happens basically when there's a legion of Boros that feels their duty is not what they've been ordered to do. They will abandon the Boros Legion, and they still tend to maintain sort of the code of honor, and it is in fact typically their code of honor that forces them to abandon the Legion. In this particular case, it seems like this particularly abandoned Legion probably felt that it was their duty to protect the people of this town that had been vacated, but people who just couldn't leave for one reason or another, judging based on the way they're interfering with you guys breaking down buildings. So this is, while it's not the official Boros Legion, it is a Boros Legion that has stepped up to your warpath.
Swath cutter giant. That was the card.
Yes, that's Swath Cutter. So as these windows burst open, a collection of ragtag armored Boros legionnaires sort of at the windows in unison draw and aim down heavy crossbows and fire.
Oh, you're gonna regret that.
Is there an even number on each side of the street?
There's 5. Yeah, there's 5 on each side, so about 10 total.
And they're all crossbowers?
They all currently using crossbows.
Okay.
Yes. Boros legionnaires tend to be multi-weapon person. Holly, does a 13 hit you?
I believe it does.
Unless you got your bark skin out.
Yeah, no, it hits.
Alright. You take 5 points of piercing damage as a crossbow bolt hits you.
Oh, was I healed?
Yes.
Yeah,
You
you
need
long
to-
rest.
you need to hit the long rest button.
Long rest. Ah.
Take long rest.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And you got to hit that once.
Yeah, you confirm.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. How much did I just take?
5.
Okay.
5 points of piercing damage. Rudy was 15 hit you.
Yes.
You take 10 points of piercing damage as the crossbow bolt hits you. A 7 probably doesn't hit the goblin.
Yeah, no.
Does a 16 hit you, Preston?
16?
Yeah.
Oh, armor class 16, so...
So yes, that hits exactly.
Oh.
Meter beat is the.
Okay, yeah, right.
You take 11 points of piercing damage as the crossbow bolt hits you. Shawnee, does a 13 hit you.
No.
Kovar, does a 10 hit you.
No.
No. Alright. So, several crossbow bolts rain down from the walls as they miss. You also hear a couple of doors kick open on either side of you. On the left-hand side, on the Shawnee side of the group, there is a human who sort of steps out and puts his hands together, conjuring some fire into his hands, which he then flips up and tosses into the air.
Can I tell what it is?
Give me an arcana check.
but you're 9.
Oh no, I'm the mage hunter.
Ooh.
Like, I legitimately have the mage hunter feat.
Yeah.
16.
Let me see Wayne, do you recall what the DC to identify spell was?
It is
Isn't
10
it
plus
10
the spell
plus
level.
the spell level?
I feel like it got changed.
Pretty
Oh
sure.
no, it was 15 plus the spell level.
That's a ridiculous DC for 5th ed.
26
No,
should
that was-
be more than enough to identify whatever it is.
Yeah, it's a
I
flame
rolled
strike. It's a flame strike.
Was that flames? I'm trying to remember.
Let me pull up.
I'm trying to remember if that's one of the more intimidating ones.
It's a 5th level spell.
It's powerful.
It's a 5th level divine spell.
But I think all the Boros have access to it.
Yeah.
Right.
A vertical column of divine fire roars down from the heaven at the location you specify.
Are there other
When Boros casts it, they actually launch it into the air and it comes back down bigger.
spellcasters? Does it look like, and he's the first spellcaster to burst out? It looks like.
He's the first one that you've seen to burst out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and use counterspell.
At what level?
Let me check how it scales on difficulty
So
here.
it counterspell automatically counters a spell if its level or lower at the level that you cast it.
Mhm.
If it's trying to go against a spell that's cast at a higher level than what you cast at, you have to make a flat spell ability roll, which is basically, for you, it's just a d20 plus your intelligence modifier, and you have to beat 10 plus the spell level.
So you have to beat a 15.
Right.
If you cast it at 3rd level, or if you cast it at 5th level, it just works.
Yeah, you cast it at 5th level or higher, it just cuts it off. If you cast it at 4th level or lower, you have to beat a 15 on a d20.
I'm gonna go ahead and just cast it at 3rd level because my 5th level spell slots are going to be very helpful.
Okay, so go ahead and roll a d20 plus your intelligence modifier.
So d20 plus 5. That's a 17 on the die.
All right. So as he launches this fire into the air, you snap out a quick phrase and throw your hand out, and as the fire's on its way up, it fizzles. That's your reaction. The Boros spellcaster sort of looks confused and then sort of eyes in on you.
I just glare into his soul.
Meanwhile, on the other side, the door that cooks open, a Vidalkin steps out. This Vidalkin has a pair of goggles on his face and a large mechanical apparatus on his back that is currently emitting lightning. You instantly recognize this as an Izzet spellcaster. It seems like the Boros were the only ones to remain behind to assist.
Probably can't counter whatever this guy's doing anyway, so.
Yeah, 15 plus the spell's level.
To identify a spell?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Because and the reason it's that high.
I mean, my
the
Arcana
reason-
is plus 9. So.
Yeah.
The
So-
reason it's that high is because a dedicated counterspellcaster will be able to get it, but also because that's for identifying spells as they're being cast in combat. And every spellcaster, even if they're the same school, casts a spell a different way.
Yeah.
And so you're trying to read into what they're casting, the words they're
I
using,
get it
and
from that
the
standpoint. It's just
ingredients they're
mechanically
using.
that's a pretty
Yeah.
high check for.
That's why it's that high.
It's
It's to
that.
make it's to balance out the power of counterspell, because counterspell can be ridiculously powerful.
Yeah, counterspell
Yes.
is a stupid spell.
And if you want to require them to identify the spell before they're able to counter it, then
Yeah, and so DC 15 plus is the way to make it so that if you have a group of 5 wizards, just like no spells are get cast. So 15 plus that's why it's that high, and I like that it's that high because it makes that a challenge. You're not always going to be able to react in time. You might recognize it, but it's whether you recognize it in time. That's what you're talking about.
I mean, with a plus 9 to my roll, I'm still making that for a lot of spell, like half the
5th level
time
spell
anyway.
is a 50-50 chance.
Yeah. And that seems pretty reasonable to me.
and
Like,
we're at the level where we would be fighting people that are using 5th level spells.
like the
So
highest
that's an
level spell I
appropriate
can
challenge.
cast. The highest level spell I can cast, I have a 50-50 chance of identifying. That makes sense to me.
So the electrical device on its back roars to life as he whips around a hand that has a device attached to it that seems to be dedicated to it, and flicks a finger.
Didn't fail.
We're not playing it the way that Crawford does it, because Jeremy Crawford really hates counterspell. You have to use your by the typical rules as Crawford wrote them. You have to use your reaction to identify a spell, which means one person has to identify the spell using their reaction to let the other person who has counterspell know what it is, so they can use their reaction to counterspell.
He really hates counterspell.
Jeremy Crawford hates counterspell.
Counterspell's obnoxious.
And you just really hope that the person who can identify spells talks really, really fast.
I prefer the 3-5 way, where you have to prepare an action to see. If you want to counter a spell, you have to be ready for it, and you have to.
I need all of you to make a reflex save.
Or just have a select number of feats that allows you to automatically
You mean dexterity?
counterspell.
So again, dexterity save.
Those only exist in the Warcraft RPG system.
Pretty certain that spell block is a 3.5 spell.
Nope.
Yeah, 3.5.
Nah,
So it's probably
he's the one
the
that has 3.5 memorized. I trust him on this.
Sorry, what were you asking us for?
Deep dexterity save throw.
I probably fail.
What'd you get?
13.
Fail.
18.
Succeed.
20 total.
Succeed.
Higher than 20.
Succeed.
15.
Succeed. It's not a high save. You just roll really bad.
Come on.
What'd you get on the die?
Dex saves.
An 11, which makes it 17.
You succeed. Okay. So the rogue with evasion doesn't take any damage.
The monk with evasion.
The monk with evasion doesn't take any damage. The rest of you take half damage except for the goblin who takes full damage.
Oh boy.
I need more d6s.
No, you don't. You're fine.
Where's my bag of dice?
It's under that thing.
Here's my d6.
Yeah. A lot. A lot.
Is it
Here,
a fireball?
I have 2 d6s.
Yes, it's a fireball.
What do you know?
So what's that, 10?
Well,
Well, it's 8. It's 8 at level 3.
Yeah.
these are totally d6s.
I love casting fireball. It's so satisfying.
That like terrified me. I just saw a bottle moving towards me.
Are you okay?
I'm good. I'm good. Rudy just decided to mess with me.
I decided to mess with the bottle. What else came out?
Yeah, you angered him.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to touch your bottle. Actually, I did.
You absolutely intended to.
Yes, that's why I admitted it afterwards. I was like, I just didn't think it would cause such a reaction.
You don't anger the child. He can smell you.
But
I don't
Okay.
know.
So the goblin
Sorry.
takes 40 points of fire damage, and everyone else that doesn't have evasion takes 20 points of fire damage. As this Vidalkin kicks open a door and just snaps a fireball into existence as as lightning electricity roars off this pack on his back and just erupts from the middle of you all.
I like to think that the monk just like does the standing staff pole vault up into the air above the explosion.
I was imagining more of a Matrix dodge personally, you know.
It's an explosion. You don't matrix dodge an explosion.
You Matrix dodge whatever you want to Matrix dodge.
I like to imagine that my evasion is staring at the fireball and just sort of like.
You roll intimidate to
And
intimidate
then-
the fire.
Finally, it's the giants. The
like,
giant.
They all got higher initiative than us?
Yes.
Because like monks,
Nice.
because like monk can slow fall.
Boros
so I can imagine it's just like
Boros have
pole
haste.
vault up into the air and then just land.
You guys took the +1/+1 on the rage trigger.
By rage, you mean right.
Or right trigger, right? It's a 4-letter word, starts with R.
Means
Yeah,
at least
the-
a
I had
The-
to count right.
The reed trigger.
Yeah, the R trigger.
Boros or Gruul never have reed triggers.
So yeah, the giant stomps forward, shield and spear in hand, stops a good 10 feet away from you.
I would like to use. Let me double check my ability here.
seeing the centaur that it was kicking down the wall as the primary threat at the moment.
You can uncanny dodge after it.
Yeah, uncanny dodge is to have damage you take.
I was checking my skirmisher feet,
Ah,
but it's not melee range. It's 5 feet of me.
yep. So from 10 feet out, shield up, he flips this sunlight spear up and stabs down at you. Does a natural 28?
I mean, yes.
You still need a lot of d6s for this. Managed to evade the
Is that light fascinating?
No. It's the light I was leaning back.
Oh.
You take 26 points of piercing damage as he stabs into you once, and then he makes another attack. He makes 3 spear attacks. Does a 25 hit you?
Yes.
You know, you could have used your reaction to uncanny dodge that really quick.
Yes. Which I'm doing, by the way.
Okay, so you go uncanny dodge for the first hit.
Yeah.
That's your reaction. 23 points of damage on the second hit.
Okay.
He rolled really poor on the screen. 29 hits on
Yeah.
the third attack. And 17 piercing on the third attack.
Okay.
As he puts the shield between the two of you and stabs down 3 times at you. Pulling it back around, flipping his hand around and readying. Now it's Shawnee's turn.
Okay. Well, he's facing the wrong target because I'm gonna flank him.
Okay. The giant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and aim the staff. Actually, yeah.
So you have advantage for flanking.
Yep. So that
Actually, no, you don't because he's not within 5 feet.
Oh yeah. So that. Yeah, it's 26.
So it's just a flat roll.
Was 8. 27 to hit.
27 hits.
For.
Can you even attack of opportunity for you moving through the attack range?
No.
No.
It's only when you leave.
It's only when you leave. It's that they did the.
That's right.
So you can circle around people.
And also so you can get in range of a person with 10-foot range without dying.
Which kind of defeats the purpose of having 10-foot range, but.
Well, no, because you can still attack them from behind allies and around corners and things.
And also, you can take the
polearm
mask
feat,
feat
yeah.
and set your
Polar
spear
magic
against
is
charge.
which lets you do that anyway, which lets you negate that ability to move through.
Basically, they wanted to do their best to avoid another spiked chain scenario.
Well, they just didn't reprint the spike chain. That fixed that problem.
So that's 7
mean,
points.
yes,
Since lightning
but
damage, you need to make a.
There was trauma involved.
Actually, no. Technically, if they'd used the old reach rules, it still would work because you would have left their threatened range by closing to 5 feet because you can't hit somebody with a spear at 5 feet.
So what's the DC?
Yes. What do you want me to look up?
Really nice if it had my areas. 16.
Yeah, you made it.
Okay. And another one. 25 to hit.
Is
That
there a
hits.
name?
That'll be 9
There
points
was
of
already
bludgeoning
a name.
damage.
Oh,
and another make another save.
Check.
Natural 1.
He's stunned
You stun the giant.
How long does that last?
until the end of my next turn.
Cool.
All attacks against him now have advantage.
And then with my bonus action, I will spend a third key point and do patient defense.
Okay. That makes it Kobar's turn.
All right.
How much you hurt?
A decent amount. I'm gonna look between these two mages. Which one should I go for?
Make a Arcana check to. Yeah, you can make an Arcana check to sort of analyze their spellcasting.
Suss out who's more dangerous.
Sure. Let's make an Arcana check. Oh, it's an 18 somehow.
Um,
I'm guessing one of them's a cleric and one of them's a wizard.
Yes, the Boros one is a cleric, is more of a cleric than a wizard. He isn't
Okay.
There's not a web. There's not a web.
The cleric I don't.
You also recognize that the Izzet has a amazing apparatus.
Cool. So I'm gonna guess that the wizard isn't going to be nearly as hampered by being grappled as the cleric, because grappling is stupid in this edition and lets people cast spells anyway. So.
Well, you also know that the cleric is Boros, which means beefy.
Probably a war cleric.
I mean, yes, he's beefy.
You can also tell he's got a great sword.
Yes, but oh right, and you can also use great swords and grapples in this edition too,
Yep,
which is
yep.
weird.
I've got a solution.
Grappling in 5th ed
They
sucks.
didn't want to overcomplicate grappling.
Yeah.
No, but they did.
They made it really simple, actually.
Sucky overcomplicated.
That's why I'm
They
saying
made it
my
really
default
simple,
spell.
actually. You can't move while you're grappled. Congrats.
Yeah, which is why it's anyway. No, there's lots of other reasons it's weird, but it's entirely unintuitive because it doesn't do anything you think it would.
Actually, no.
It doesn't do anything you think it would if you're used to older vision.
No, it doesn't do anything if you're used to actual grappling in real life.
Anyways, what if you have a war cleric on one side and it is an
I don't
apparatus on the other?
The cleric is probably going to have buffs and healing and moving around, so I'm going to go. But he's fighting me in melee. I'm going to go grab the Vidalkin.
Okay.
Athletics check.
Charge toward the Vidalkin. Make an athletics check.
That is a 27 athletics check.
That's 5 acrobatics.
Cool.
Steel wind
You
strike.
grab the Cosmotronic. You grab
Alpha
the
strike. Oh,
Vidalkin.
sorry, no. Steel wind strike.
And grappling does
literally
not
Master
count
Yi's
as an attack, correct?
Precisely.
Plus
50%.
It counts as
It's 6
one-
targets.
Yes, it does count as an attack.
It does count as an attack, so I can use my bonus.
You can use an attack to, like, yeah, it counts as an attack action. In the attack action, you can attack with a weapon or grapple.
Cool. So I could theoretically then use a bonus action to
Yeah.
offhanded strike him?
Yeah, and it works that way. So, like, fighters, anybody that gets multiple attacks can use one attack to grab and another attack to punch, things like that. So, yes, you can bonus attack.
Oh,
You can bonus
so it still
attack.
works like 3-5 in that regard?
Yes.
Okay,
So you can bonus action to attack.
cool. I will do that.
You're on grapple, which means the speed is 0. He is not restrained. You can use another attack.
And I have
Restrain him.
advantage on this attack, so
What are you using to attack him with?
I'm using my trusty dagger.
Not your handy dandy acid injectors?
Not at the moment. Between the 10 and the 20, I'll take the 20.
Okay. I would too.
So we're gonna roll some dice. That's 60 damage.
He's dead.
Bye.
You just picked up the Vidalkin and went,
Alright,
there's now Vidalkin blood on your hands. It's blue.
works.
I'm blue. I would die.
I'm blue.
You did die.
I was D. I did die.
Alright,
What's his name, D?
Yes.
it's your turn.
It's your turn.
Take your turn, and then you can go.
Okay.
As you walked perfectly underneath the camera, it was kind of amazing.
Yeah, I'm starting to learn that there's a camera there.
The camera is just tall enough, though, that you just run underneath it.
Some people in here can't
Yeah,
do that.
yes.
Nobody else.
Everyone else.
I want to single her out.
Where are
That's
people?
what makes you unique.
I'm fun-sized.
There is a Vidalkin that just got his throat ripped
Okay,
out.
there's a centaur holding the top half of the Vidalkin. Somehow I managed to
Okay.
cut him in half with a dagger.
Vidalkin's dead, though.
There's a human spellcaster on the other side that tried to launch a flame strike, but got counter spell. There's a giant that the monk managed to stun, and then there are 10 crossbow people up on the upper floors in the building around here.
Okay.
They're not doing much.
Power of stunning blow is if you keep hitting them because monks have a lot of attacks, eventually they'll fail.
You got a really good. I've rolled that before. Rolled that for you, so it's like. No, that's it.
It can always fail. So that's
I will go ahead and use Flame Blade on the human person.
So you conjure out a flame blade and run over towards the human.
I'm the person who takes the 45% shot next to them and succeeds and kills them.
25 to hit.
That hits.
Uh, 15 damage.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it for now.
Alright, what level of flame blade did you use?
I used 5th level.
You sure you don't want to use fourth level?
Because you don't get anything for 5th level.
Yeah,
versus 4th
yeah,
level.
let's do 4th. Yeah. Voice in my head told me to use 4th
There you
level.
go.
When you're using Flame Blade, you want to stick to even levels.
Yeah, even levels of
Okay.
Alright, that makes it Preston's turn.
Okay. So, to the left is the human that tried to cast a spell.
Yes.
And then there's 5 windows up top. Is it like second story?
Yeah.
And they're pretty much like 10, 12 feet apart or something.
The street itself is about, the street itself is about 20 feet from building to building. So.
Okay. And this guy's in a doorway, or is
Yeah,
he stepped out?
he just kicked open the doorway.
But he's
Fire.
standing in the door.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. So he's 20, if you're in the middle of the room, you're about 10 feet from him.
Yeah. But I can't get around behind him, or I mean.
Yeah, no, you can't get
Certain things can get. Oh.
You can't pass through the square.
But you can see
Actually,
past
I
it.
can.
I mean,
I do have that choice.
if you have an ability to
I do have
move,
choice.
if you have an ability to move
Yeah.
past the square, then you have an ability to move past the square.
Okay.
I think he's asking if you could summon something behind him.
No, I'm gonna do, well, no, this is gonna be a little more interesting. I'm gonna summon 8 giant wolf spiders
Okay.
on the side of the building.
Okay.
And they're gonna go attack the
archers?
the 5, well, the 5 archers, and 3 of them are gonna drop down on spellcaster, the spellcaster.
Are you putting them all in one building or both buildings?
I'm just on the one building.
Okay.
So it's gonna be,
So this
Five
side of
going
the
after the archers.
So-
5 in the
so
windows and
that's-
3 drop
So yeah,
off.
so that side of the that
filled
side
with
of the
spiders.
street is suddenly filled with spiders. All right. So do I make attacks?
Okay, so, let's see. So,
Only 2. No, because it can crawl the wall.
'Cause they
Yes,
can crawl
all
the
3.
wall,
All 3 of the
yeah,
spiders
so-
can attack the Boros spellcaster
right.
without
Okay,
interfering
so-
with Holly's character.
Okay, so all 3 of those are gonna do the first one, yeah.
Because they're spiders. They can spider climb.
Yeah, he missed. That's a miss. 15 hit?
Nope.
Or, well, those 3 guys missed. Okay, so the other 5 are going to,
Attack the archer. Probably have that.
they probably do. 13, 15 hit?
Nope.
Oh, 16 hit.
Nope.
18?
Yes.
Okay, 1, 2, 5. The 5th one gets hit.
They are less armored, but they are still
They're
armored.
They're still up there. Okay, so one of them takes, what is it, 1d6 plus 2? It's 1d6 plus 2.
Plus, you get 1d6 plus 1 piercing damage.
And
Then a DC 11 con
okay,
save.
7 pierce damage, and it's 11 con
Taking
save.
2d6 poison damage on a failed save, or half as much
Exactly
on
11.
successful.
Okay, so half
So that's a
of-
fairly.
Five,
Oh,
half
five
of 10,
poison.
so
Yep.
it's 5 poison damage.
Oh, wow, that poison is nice.
Oh yeah.
So 7.
Spider poison is real good.
Yeah.
Is it 2 or 3?
Spider poison is the stuff that puts
Yeah,
you down and
2d6.
keeps you down.
Yeah.
I mean, this
And
is the
it's
smaller of the
poison.
spiders. I could have done 2 bigger spiders.
And if the poison knocks you out, then it keeps you out, basically.
Yep.
But it's, okay, so
Spider poison is real good.
12 points of damage total.
Yep. Got him. He's still up.
Yeah.
He now has to deal with a spider in his face.
Yeah, so all the others do too, sort of.
Alright, so that's your turn. Garrus.
All right. The giant's the one that I was talking to us right before, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
He's the one who was smack talking.
I'm
He's the
gonna
one who's
attack.
currently stunned.
I'm gonna attack
I
him.
mean, he was smack talking and then he was smacking really hard.
And now he's being smacked.
So where is he now? Like exactly?
He's right.
He's dead ahead.
Dead ahead.
Yeah.
All right.
with the monk on the other side.
All right. I'm going to dash into is it goring rush?
Okay.
To attack with my horns.
You get advantage on the attack because he's stunned.
That is a 18.
That misses.
That misses.
Did you add your attack bonus or did you?
Yep.
With advantage. Yeah.
What'd you roll?
12 and 7, I think.
Wow.
You only have a +6 to hit.
Apparently. Yeah, I do. Yep.
Oh right, because you're more constitution than strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you charge forward head first, but his shield is, he's stunned, but the shield is still in the way. And you just wham, and there's the sound of a massive gong ring as you headbutt the shield. Ding. That's it, your turn.
I think that's all I can do now. Bonus.
Razgun.
So, all these windows are like 20 feet from each other, though?
Yeah, the windows are they're 20. The street is 20 feet wide from building to
You
building.
trying to get invisible for a lightning bolt or something?
For Steel Wind Strike, because it lets me target any number of creatures within 30 feet of me.
Yes.
So, how
So
many
if
could I
you're,
get?
so if you're standing in the middle of the street, you can get anybody that's in combat right now.
Ooh.
So I can get everybody, basically?
Yeah.
Because there's
It's up to
five,
It's 5 targets though.
there's 5 crossbow.
So you could get the giant and 4 of the crossbowmen, right?
Or
No,
you could
no,
get-
because 6. Oh, two, that's 5 creatures. Never mind, I was 6. Never mind.
You could also just get all 5 of the crossbowmen on the other side that aren't having to deal with spiders.
Yeah.
You got spiders on the left.
I think I'll go ahead and spiders on one side,
Spiders on one side of the crossbowmen on the other.
teleporting,
You can
teleport
also
stabbing on the
you
other.
also you appear within 5 feet of one of your targets or where you originally started. So you can
You can then, you can then teleport to an unoccupied space. You can see within 5 feet of one of the targets you can get.
so
next.
theoretically, if you
I can
wanted
hide
to,
inside one of the buildings.
you could be in the building next to the crossbowmen or on the ground out in the middle of the street.
I'm going to see if I kill one of them, because if I kill one of them, I want to be in his building.
They're all
So
in the
then-
same building.
Yeah.
You want to be in his room.
In his room.
Yeah.
So that I'm not next to someone who's going to try
You
to
can't,
shoot.
you can't tell there's another.
Well, I mean, if
to the left of me, spies to the right. Here
Well-
I am, stuck in the middle of the pool.
It
you're
says.
standing next to a crossbowman, you could just.
So is Steel Wind Strike.
It's when it's that you can
Because
see when
basically
you're hitting
it's
them.
teleporting to stabbing each of them. Would I be able to see at least a brief glance
Yeah.
of what they? Okay, so I'll know what I'm teleporting to.
Yeah, you'll know where you're totally.
Okay.
You
Does
can't
somebody
goozle,
need
you
that?
can't goozle yourself that easily.
Yeah.
Unless they manage to trap the square right next to them.
So, Steel Wind Strike then.
Okay. Make your attacks.
Let's see. Melee spell attack. That's just proficiency bonus and intelligence.
Yep.
So, 22.
That hits.
All right. I'm just going to roll all the attacks here. 13.
13 damage. Okay.
No,
No,
there's
13 to hit.
hits.
No, 13 misses.
Okay. 24.
That hits.
Yeah. That was a natural 1.
You hit the wall.
That
Make
is
a
a
face.
22.
That hits.
So you hit 3 of the 5.
That's 3 out of 5.
Yeah. So hit 3 out of 5.
Hit,
so,
miss, hit, miss, hit.
So you can see, as you're hitting them, you can see that they're in what seems to be some sort of conference room. It's one room, one long room with a bunch of windows.
I don't know my tiny D10 on. Because I could use 3 D10s.
3 10s.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Just 3 D10, 6 D10 force damage. 21 damage.
Okay.
First.
Yes.
39.
Not dead yet. Nope.
And the last one. 15.
Don't take the Is It Wizard squishiness as an example of the squishiness.
36.
Yeah.
Hit another one. Yep.
Alright. I'm going to go ahead and end up in the room of the one I hit the hardest.
They're all in the same
They're
room.
the same room.
So yeah,
Okay.
it's a conference room.
I'll be next to the one that I hit the hardest.
All right, so that would be the first one.
No, the second
That
one.
was
The
the
one in
second
the middle.
So yeah, you're sort of so you, and now you're in the middle of this room filled with these Loras Legionnaires,
Cool.
and it's their turn. So all 5 Boros Legionnaires drop their crossbows, draw swords, and circle around you. No, all 5 of them can be next to you.
Yeah, there'd be 5 spaces.
Not the best plan.
Maybe not.
I mean, they don't hit really hard. Does a 19 hit you?
Yes.
Does a 17 hit you?
Yes.
That's because we have the shield spell.
Does a 16 hit you?
If you got the shield spell, I would use it now.
Hold on. Where is my...
It's a first level spell.
Well, first off, because the shield spell gives you +2 AC.
Plus 5.
Plus 5, and it's a reaction.
And it lasts until the start of your next turn, so all of his
And
attacks are
you
affected.
can use it when there is an attack that hits you. And it will automatically up your AC for that attack
Yeah.
and any further ones.
Because there was a 17.
The first one was a...
First one was a
First one
19,
was a
the second was a 17.
The second one was a 17. I think a 17 I can stop with that. I'm going to go ahead and, for the 19, I'm going to use my...
You only have one reaction.
I only have one reaction, so I can't use my second chance thing. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and use shield then.
Alright.
And that'll bring my AC up
To
to
what?
17.
17? The 17 still hits you then.
Yeah.
Everything below that.
So but the 16 and the 15 miss. So
Wait.
The 19 hits you.
I
the
can't do
17
math. It's 18, because 13 plus 5 I've got.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the 17 misses. So the 19 hit, the 17 missed, so one more time. That's a natural. So 2 of them hit you. The first one hits you. You throw up the shield. The second, and third, and fourth one bounce off the shield, but the fifth one manages to get around up behind you and stab him into the So that's 9 points of slashing damage from the first one.
Shield is a good utility spell that most wizards need to stay alive.
Yes.
Shield's good is in exactly this instance.
Really? Okay. 21 points of damage from the critical.
Ow. That's annoying.
Rolled 2 d10s and got 2 10s. Meanwhile, on the other side of the street, there's some spiders that need to be stabbed. As more crossbows get dropped and more longswords get drawn.
So at the very least, this spell has entirely distracted.
The crossbowers are no longer crossbowing. Yes. What's the AC of the spiders?
Oh, that's
Spiders are fragile, if I recall.
The AC is 13.
So that hits
What's their HP?
19.
11.
That hits.
Well, 2d8 plus 2, but yeah.
That
11.
hits. That hits. No crits, but all the spiders are taking 1 hit. Oh wait, veterans make 2 longswords attacks. Hang on, I need to make 5 more attacks on you.
Oh, nice.
Multi-attack. It's a yeah. They work differently from PCs. So that's a 20. Well, I'll resolve the spiders first because they were attacking the spiders. So the spiders got hit 5. All 5 of the spiders got hit once so far. The first spider takes 5 points of damage.
Yeah,
The second spider takes 13 points of damage.
dead.
The third spider takes 12 damage. The Fourth spider takes 8 points of damage, and the fifth spider takes 12 points of damage.
2 spiders. Okay, so we got 2 spiders left. 3 of those went down.
The ones on those other 2 spiders are going to make 2 more. Are going to make their other attacks. That's a hit. That's a hit. For 8 damage. And 8 damage.
Okay, those 5 are gone.
Now the 5 surrounding the goblin are going to make their second attacks. That's a natural 20. That's a miss.
Okay.
That's a 18 exactly. That's a miss. That's another 18. And that's a miss. So 3 of the 5 hit you.
How are you doing there, Goblin?
Not great.
One of them critted again.
Not great.
So that's 20 damage.
Ow!
Are you still up? 1 hit point.
Well, he's about to be dead.
That's about it.
So that's 10 damage.
That's 2 failed death saves.
And the third one, you get 2 automatic failed death saves.
Okay.
As he stabs into your body. Because Boros don't give a shit about the goblin. This goblin, anyways. Alright. Goblin's in a precarious position.
Unfortunately, none of us are in a position to get to him.
How high are these windows?
Up 10 feet up. The second sword is right there. So you saw the goblin blink around the windows and then disappear inside. Then you heard a lot of stabbing and goblin crying.
I was kind of hoping they'd be a little bit
Softer?
less stab resistant and a little bit less stab administering.
I feel like the Izzet may have set your expectations lower than they should have been.
Yeah, maybe.
Everyone in the Boros, remember, is a military veteran.
If someone has healing word, they can healing word you.
They can't see him.
Yeah, he's inside a building.
He's inside a conference room on the floor.
I have healing word, but I
Get it.
apparently cannot see you.
Yeah, you have to be able to see the cast healing word target.
Jump up.
Right one this time.
Healing word!
The giant is stunned.
Be healed!
The Fire Fist.
I mean, I have a variety of ways I could teleport out of this situation.
The Fire Fist is going to slam his hand down on the ground.
Isn't the
It's the Fire Fist, the
Sorry.
one that she's fighting. The other two fighting. As a wall of fire circles around him, I need you and 2 of the spiders to make dexterity.
Yeah, I get the third one right above his head.
Yeah. You can't hit that one without.
Without hitting himself.
16.
I think they missed. I rolled a 4 and a 7, so I think they're
16 is a success.
Oh, wait, what did they fix?
I don't think spiders
No,
would
I
make
don't think they
saving
have
throws.
Oh, minus 3. Minus 1? Minus. Oh, 16 plus 3, so 10. One of them got a 10. The other one missed.
Both fail.
Okay, both failed.
Alright. The spiders are about to take a lot of fire damage.
spiders are about to stop existing.
The centaur is about to take half of this much damage, but back out of the wall of fire, so she's not in it. So the spiders both take 20 points of fire damage.
Okay.
You take 10 points of fire damage. You back away. You can no longer see the flame fist as he is surrounded by flame. The one above it is going to get an attack of opportunity as he moves away. No?
11 hits.
Yeah, it is.
12.
So the fire fist ducks back inside the building, and the spider tries to snap at him, but the flames around are distracting. The flames and the smell of burning spiders are kind of distracting it at the moment. As there is one spider left. And that's all of their turns, so that makes it Shani.
Alright, time to
As the giant is stunned.
time to beat on the giant. That'll be a natural 20.
It's going to hit. And you just keep punching the giant in the calf.
Keep it stunned.
17 bludgeoning damage, make another Constitution saving throw.
Yep. Failed.
Stunned again until the end of my next turn.
Yep.
That's the only key point I need to spend on that.
Get a +6 to my con, but that doesn't help when I roll a 5.
20 to hit.
Because that's an 11, and that's lower than your DC, isn't it?
16 is the
Yeah.
DC.
It's like I only have to roll a 10 to succeed.
Yeah. That's a 50-50 chance. Slightly more. That's a 55% chance.
Yes.
9 points of bludgeoning damage on the second attack.
There's no 0 on the die.
Yeah. And
If there was a 0 on the die, then it would be 50.
then we'll go ahead and use a bonus
That's
action.
why it's really hard to tell percentiles just by looking at the dice.
That's what, we'll go ahead and use a bonus action for a flurry of blows.
And then it's hard to tell percentages of a dice roll by looking at the dice because
That's another natural
percentages require that 0 be present. 0 isn't present.
That's
Have you been
Not
tracking? Have you been
true.
tracking the damage here?
Yeah.
So the second critical hit is going to be
each number has a 5% chance to happen.
14 points of bludgeoning damage, and then fourth attack is another natural 20.
Advantage, advantage. Roll a lot more dice to get 20s.
It'll be 17 bludgeoning damage.
You know, you're not doing a lot of damage when you're with your crit, so he's still up.
I just did more than like 50 damage, I think, grand total with all 4 hits.
Yes. 2 of them were crits.
Yeah.
He did more than that with 3 regular hits.
One of his was a crit.
Oh, was it one of those crits?
Yeah.
That's right. I rolled 66.
And that will be my turn.
Right.
See, it doesn't matter how hard he hits if he doesn't get to swing.
It's true. Yeah, that's the important part. Kovar, you've got a dead. Is it?
Yeah. Continue being the party savior. Could I reach him?
You can't see what's happening.
You did hear that he just got
You heard
piled on.
you heard
You
yeah
heard that he
you
went
heard
in
the
there.
pylon
He's
of the
in there.
stabbing. You're pretty certain it's going poorly, but you can't see or reach him anymore. You have to go through the building or try to climb the outside of it.
How big is this window? Big enough to reach
The
through?
window?
Yeah.
Person's eyes, yeah.
So I can reach through it pretty easily.
Yeah, but you have to get up to it.
And climbing as a quadruped is difficult.
How tall are you?
8 feet.
Yeah, so it's 2 feet above your head. That's what
But I can. I mean, if I'm up on my back legs, like if I buck up like a horse, that'll give me at least 2 feet.
It'll also put you further away.
Yeah, but I can at least see.
Yeah.
So.
You still can't see him though.
Yeah, because it's like prone on the ground.
Yeah, but I can see where they're circling. I
Yes,
can
you
see
can
if
absolutely see. Yes, you can
Yeah.
absolutely see the Boros.
Okay, so are they circling around a point that's immediately adjacent to the window where I could reach even if I was at it?
And you'd have to be at the window to reach it.
But I could.
Yeah. You'd be reaching through them, but yes, they are circling. Sort of like the
I mean,
window's here, the window's here. He's sort of like in that blank space between the windows.
Okay, so I'd be reaching. So I'd be threatened by one of them, basically, the one out the window.
Yeah.
Okay. I really want to take down this priest, but apparently I have to save the goblin.
You know, the priest firewalled and backed off.
Run up to the window, athletics check to get up to a good vantage point on it.
Yep.
That's what I'm really good at. 31.
Yeah, you jump up towards the window.
So I'm held up there by my horse legs, and I'm reaching around. If I reach around this guy, I'd be moving.
It's like the front end of the horse is in the window, and the back end is hanging.
Okay.
Down.
Goblin in sheath.
Shint.
So that was my move, right?
Yep.
I may as well hit. I may as well hit this dude while I'm here.
Right.
Or actually, I feel like I could take a medicine check, then moving away would provoke an attack of opportunity. She can heal, right? And she's perfectly...
Yeah, I can heal.
She's perfectly fine. Alright. While I'm here... Because this was the dude you hurt the most, right?
Yeah, I teleport straight to him. So the dude in the window should be the one that
Yeah.
took 39 damage.
Let's stick it to him.
Yeah, because everybody else came to him. So.
Stick it to him. And how hurt is he looking?
Mr. Check.
I'm good at medicine. 20.
Pretty damn hurt.
Okay, so it
He's
won't take a
over
lot.
halfway to death.
Cool. So let's just do this the old-fashioned way. And, I'm not sneak attacking, right? So I don't need to use a finesse weapon.
No.
Let's leave a spear in him. Does a 25 hit?
Yes, it does.
I'm gonna have so much fun playing Dwarf Samurai, and I like her aesthetic because she uses a great sword and speed for humans.
How well does he survive 13 damage?
Make it 52.
He's still alive. 39.
Fine. Well, I don't... I'm mobile, so I don't take attacks of opportunity from it. I pull away from the window, and I'm going to pull the goblin out of the sheath and hold it in front of the druid. By the scruff of the neck.
And he had the mobile feet, so...
Yeah.
Should I just install a handle into my coat for this?
Yes.
Probably.
Make it easier. With the strength.
I take it you want me to cure him? Or heal
Yes.
him?
His assault capacity is greatly increased.
It is your turn.
Alright, let's do...
You don't need a first level one to get him on his feet.
Yeah, any amount of healing reduces him from 0 to alive.
Because you could just do
I'll
healing
go-
word and then just
I'll-
go on with your life.
I'll go ahead and do second level healing.
Alright, so that's bonus action, so that's 2d4 plus your wisdom score.
So you can do that, and then you can go stab somebody.
Yep, and then go and use your flame blade on someone's face.
There you go, you got 8 now.
Resheath goblin.
Okay.
You are awake and no longer almost dead.
You are also not moving of your own free will.
Who is near me?
Okay.
right
I
At the
can...
moment, just the giant.
You want to go stab a giant?
now?
Because the firewall is preventing you from chasing after the priest.
I
Unless
will-
you want to dive through the flow of fire.
I'm good. I will flame blade the giant.
Alright.
I feel like every time the giant is about to regain his senses, I just come back around with a staff and clock him on the other side, on the other temple.
I don't know if you could reach his temple, even with a staff.
I run up walls. I can
Oh.
run up him.
Pink, pink, pink.
Fair.
It's like when you can cheese that one video game
Does 18
boss.
hit?
You have advantage. Good, he's stunned.
Awesome. 27.
That hits.
Alright.
46.
I'm reminded of the Vulcan fight in MGS3. Just go in with a bunch of the
Look at the grenades.
glowing mushrooms and
19.
and the tree frogs
Yeah.
to distract
Right,
them.
he's still up. Alright, that makes it Preston's turn. Yeah, because you're the only one who's been doing damage,
Yeah.
because he slammed head first into the shield.
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll take his turn.
Looking up into the window that he just pulled the goblin out of, I'm gonna cast
Just like a magic spell.
another
Like a magician.
conjuring.
It's gonna unsummon the spider, I think, isn't it?
What?
Isn't that a concentration?
I'm currently
Yeah,
being,
he'll lose the one spider, but...
Yeah.
I'm currently being
Yeah,
devil
one
jam.
spider's not doing any good anyway. They can't seem to hit anything.
The
I thought
technical
this was gonna be a
character,
little more
devil jam,
because so we'll go back to the
his
giant
fighting style is
snakes.
very much.
Alright.
I'm just gonna keep hitting you over and over again and not give you an
Giant
opening.
poison snakes.
Okay.
Keep you stun locked.
Yeah, I can do it because they're 1/4.
Got it.
I didn't calculate right last time.
That's fine.
Like,
So-
apparently these guys aren't arachnophobic enough, so we're gonna see if they're afraid of snakes.
See if they're afraid of
Oh
snakes
man,
instead.
I could make
Snakes. Why
fallen
not
Asimoah
snakes?
monk using the devil jam artwork.
Yeah.
Because it looks so cool.
So if there's 4 of those guys up there left, then there's going to be 2 on each.
There's 5.
No, there's all
There's
5.
5.
He didn't kill the one.
Oh, you didn't kill that one?
Almost punched
Oh,
him
okay,
out,
all
not
right.
quite.
So anyway,
Almost, but not quite.
I don't know. There's going to.
He only needs one.
I mean, there's one guy that took 36 force damage, another took 39 and then got punched by a centaur. So
Right.
each of those can have one snake.
Right. Well, they can figure it out when they get up there. I can see what's going on. So, however it works out.
A pile of snakes
Fire
appears.
snakes goes up over there. There's
Like somebody upended a basket in Indiana Jones.
yeah, right. Okay,
You're
so
not the strategist, you're the guy with the snakes.
yeah, just.
I'm the dude that knows the dude. I'm the dude dressed as a dude disguised as another dude.
Okay, so the first.
Yeah, it's like
I know.
we don't want to get the monkey.
I got 8 of these. Okay, so the first 2 are attacking whoever they just happen to run into.
Okay.
10 misses, 22. Is that it?
Yes, what you answered.
Okay.
You have 2 of them. They're all babies to me.
Okay, piercing damage.
When they're like 7,
8 piercing damage.
when they're able to hold
And
coherent
and
conversations.
Constitution save 11.
That one's dead.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh.
That
Yeah.
was the injured.
Okay, all right. So that's
Severely
When you're
injured
able to
one.
hold a
Okay,
coherent
so that's-
conversation, I stop considering them a baby.
3 more of those. Okay, so the next one. 19 hit.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So these both hit.
These guys are the, aside from the isn't, these guys are the easiest to hit.
Okay.
The giant is the hardest.
So this one takes.
Well,
they
they're not
take
right now because you have advantage. Hope he doesn't.
They take a total of 11 piercing damage
Okay.
and save 2 saving throws. I
Failed.
failed both of them.
Yep.
5, that's lousy. And total of 16 piercing damage.
One more is dead. The other one's still alive.
Okay.
2 are dead in that note.
2, 4. So I got 4 left. So they're not
I wonder if
to
any
attack one of
of
them.
these archers have noticed that I'm just abusing their boss right now.
They're busy.
7. Okay, one missed. They both missed. 15 misses, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
They've been a
those
bit
2 guys
productive.
both missed. Okay, the last 2. Yeah, they both missed also. Okay. And that's
Alright. Garrus.
I'm gonna go into a rage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna start hitting.
Really angry at that shield.
Yes. How dare it?
How
How
dare
dare
it?
it do its job?
How dare it block your path?
And I'm gonna attack the giants.
Alright.
Shields are not the cruel way.
Oh no, that's my stunning strike. Cause I just run up and slam his face into his own shield. It's like,
It's like run on the back of his head and stomp his face into the shield.
yeah.
First attack misses. I can just tell that. Natural 20.
Yeah.
Get that
Yep.
barbarian
That's-
crit. One extra die.
But yeah, 'cause he's not. The level 11 is the second critical, isn't it?
Yep. And he's on a half orc.
Yeah.
Half orc barbarians can't disappear.
Are. Because I mean, not only do they get the extra damage on brute critical, but they also have the Undying Rage works similarly to the to their half orc ferocity,
Yeah.
or whatever it's called. Yeah, I refuse to go down.
Oh yeah, one of the ways that you managed to die like 7 times in the same
That's
fight
only
without
13
dying.
damage.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You need to invest in some new dice.
That was nice.
Yeah.
They are traitorous things.
I mean, he's hitting the giant. That's the important part.
That's my turn.
Razgun,
So
you're in a goblin holster.
You can get out if you want to.
yes. So there was
In fact, Kovar might be jumping through a wall of fire next round, so you may want to get out.
Or go
so
for
there
a
was
ride.
that priest.
Can't see him at the moment.
Yeah, he's behind a wall of fire.
He summoned a wall
That's
of fire.
where Kovar's going. Except I have evasion, and you don't.
Right.
He also only has.
Wait, so I can't see him past the wall of fire?
No,
Wall of
See,
fire is
wait,
opaque.
it's a wall of fire. Both wall and fire.
It's the kind of thing that Sephiroth disappears through.
Yeah.
Fire is not transparent.
strictly speaking, he's not transparent because it emits light.
So, like,
Yeah.
is it a orb around him or a circle around
It's
him?
a wall of fire.
It's a semicircular wall
It's
that's
a
covering the
door.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a wall of
He
fire.
created a
blocking
wall
the
of
door.
fire
Around the door.
around, yeah,
right.
barring off the
Yeah,
door.
I'm trying to figure out if there's any spells I can hit him with without really seeing.
lightning bolt.
Yeah.
We don't know where he is in the room, though.
If he's in line with the door, lightning bolt.
Yeah. Like there are spells you can there are spells you can cast that don't target.
There's also crossbowmen in the windows because their giant spiders are gone.
Yeah, they were stabbing spiders.
Oh yeah, because those guys are back up now.
Yep.
Because the snakes are the other window, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the snakes.
Snakes went in the one that in the group that went to kill him. That's it. Steel Wind Strike back into the other building.
No.
Maybe you'll kill him this time.
Unlikely. It is possible to kill them outright with Steel Wind Strike. It is possible.
Do you not have fireball?
Not prepared right now, but I do have something that might be just as good.
There's nothing just as good as Fireball.
Earthquake when they're in a building.
Meteor swarm.
No. Fireball still. Fireball just feels good to cast.
I would argue that meteor swarm feels good to cast.
Meteor Swarm feels bulky.
It's like, that 30-foot radius a mile away, that 30-foot radius a mile away, that 30-foot radius a mile away, all of them disappear.
If Art's Black Tentacles, why not? Seems like a thing that could deal with a swarm of things.
Yeah, do you want to see the point that you're casting it?
They fill a 20-foot square on the ground that you can see. First being short.
So you can see the wall, but not the ground.
But it has to be on the ground.
Yeah.
Theoretically, if you climbed up on my head, are you more than 2 feet tall? If you're standing on my shoulders, you could see into the room that way.
Yes, I mean,
How tall are you?
but I am somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 feet tall.
If you are in fact 3 feet tall, then yes, you could stand on Kovar's shoulders and look at the window.
Sure, why not? I'll see if there's a good place where I can put a 20-foot square to inconvenience these guys.
Yeah, you can get about 3 of them in that square.
Works for me. I will go ahead and do that then. Let's see. Duration, they turn the ground into difficult terrain. Creature must succeed on a dex saving throw or take 3d6 bludgeoning damage and be restrained. Does restrained mean that you can't use missile weapons?
They have disadvantage on all attacks.
They can still try, but it's disadvantage.
They're also repeatedly get bludgeoned by the tentacles.
Yes.
It also means that all attacks against them have advantage.
Yeah, and they kind of have to stay in those windows and
Present
get
themselves as
bludgeoned.
targets, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I will go ahead and do that. So, yeah.
All right.
And they're honestly not nearly as dangerous with the crossbows as they are with their swords.
No, they're absolutely not.
So, DC 17 dex saving throws for the 3 of them.
Okay.
Evard, a gentleman who does not exist in this setting.
I will choose not to use my reaction to make an attack of opportunity against a person casting within 5 feet of me.
Good.
Thank
You have that impulse because you know someone's casting on your head.
Somebody's catching on your head.
Just dagger in hand.
One of them succeeded, 2 of them failed. It's like,
Alright. That is 11 damage.
I just saved him.
So that is 11 damage, and then 5 to the one who succeeded.
okay.
And then the 2 are restrained.
There is a censored out tentacle party happening in the windows of this building. Because the blackness makes it censored.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. It's just like a shadowy darkness. It's the what was the anime? It's the one where the like cockroach DNA on Mars, terraformers.
Yeah.
It's terraformer style censored where they make most of the screen black.
Yeah.
Alright, so,
That makes it the Boros concern. The giant is still
are you staying on my shoulders or are you getting off?
I would rather not stay on your shoulders.
You're gonna hop up on the ground next to me?
Is there any easy cover?
Nope. Other than him.
Stand behind me. There's only 2 people with crossbows aimed who do not have disadvantage right now. Oh no, there's a third guy because he's assuming he decides to stay in the window.
Or moves to a different window.
You look like a good enough shield too, though, because you're also really close, right?
Yeah,
Super heal?
yeah, the 2 centaurs.
There's also a giant who can't move right now. You could technically take cover under.
Who's currently getting bludgeoned by the monk, so there might be a better target there.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and risk shooting your boss. I'm gonna hide behind him.
The snakes are getting fought by the
Yes.
3 remaining. So by the 3 remaining legionnaires in there.
AC is 14 on these.
Hit. That's a miss. That's a hit. That's a hit. That's a miss. That's a hit. That's a miss. So, 6 attacks. 4.
How many snakes do we get rid of?
10 damage. 11 damage. 8 damage. 13 damage. 13 damage. That was 4.
That was
That was
you did
4
5.
I did 5?
Yeah.
Oh, so sorry. So,
So
that,
cut the last one out.
cut the last one.
Okay.
So 2 died.
So 2
Okay,
dice.
so 2 up dies. 2 over back.
Okay, so 2 snakes died. There are 4 soldiers back up there left. The other one, 2 of them, they make a save to try to get out of it, or what?
They
On their
can
turn?
make a Dex or Strength save DC 17.
Is that
to
their
try to
action?
get out. As an action.
They'll succeed.
They spend their turn trying to get out.
Okay.
Do they
But-
take 3d6 for starting their turn in it, or does it not trigger until your turn?
Let's
again?
see. When a creature enters the affected area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there.
So yes, you need to go ahead and roll damage for all 3 of the ones that started in the area.
Is 3d6. Nice. 12, 13, 14. When it starts its turn there, it must succeed on a Dex saving throw. Or take that and, yeah.
Success. Fail. Fail.
Cool. So the 2 that failed take 14 damage, and then 7 for the ones that succeeded. And the fails are
Restrained.
re-grappled.
So if the one
Well,
that
so
They were restrained at the beginning of the turn.
yeah, and then they made their check to leave to get out after the start of damage. So
But was the one that was freed restrained?
no, he succeeded. He
Okay.
succeeded his turn. So the one
You must have been an octopus fighter as you.
yeah, apparently. I mean, what Boris
he,
couldn't
he,
deal with
he, ma-
Simic.
he monitored Simic areas.
Yeah.
The
The one that wasn't restrained and
they're
managed,
avoiding Eldritch Tentacular
managed to
blows.
avoid the spectacular tentaculars, shifts over to a different window with one of the other ways that they grab up their crossbows. The 2 that got restrained last time managed to break themselves free and also shift over towards the other windows.
So 3 of them get to attack.
The 3 of them get to
2 of them
attack.
had to escape.
Yep, and the 3 of them are pointing their crossbows at the dwarf that keeps punching the giant.
Good.
Yes, shoot our monk.
Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
Does a 20-something hit?
Yes.
And a natural 20 hits.
Yep.
Which one are you going to use your reaction to try to deflect?
I feel like the natural 20.
Yeah, we'll deflect missiles on that.
Okay. Oh, that was first thing about I'll deflect that.
Cool.
Was it bad?
Nope.
Was it good?
Yep. 21 points of piercing damage.
I think I still beat it.
On a D12.
It's a D10 plus my agility plus my level.
So that's
Yes.
a plus 12. So you
Yes,
had to roll it.
because I rolled a 9.
Nice.
I hit it exactly.
So you catch it.
You catch it.
And I will spend a key point to throw it back.
Okay.
That is going to be 19 hit.
That hits.
What's the damage die on the
It's
the
a
D10.
D10?
Plus dex, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So that'll be 11 points piercing damage.
The other two, you'll hit.
Oh. You know what I did forget to do?
What?
Add 3 damage for
8 points of
raging.
piercing damage
Ah.
and 11 points of piercing damage. And you get shot twice with crossbows.
Whatever damage the guy took, he forgot to add his rage damage. It's 3.
3? Okay, add to it. Then, out of one of the windows that hadn't been boarded up, a figure bursts. It's the mage from the first floor. As he bursts out, great sword coming out over his shoulders, and he's attacking you from behind.
Oh, he tried to plunge at me, okay.
Yep.
Jumping out.
Oh.
Second story.
Jumping out of the second story window. Yeah.
Oh, well, I was going to chase after him, but I suppose that makes this easy.
That'll make it a little more.
They're moving to protect their boss.
Natural 20. And he is going to be blinding smiting. This is going to hurt.
So I'm guessing he's within 5 feet of you now making an attack.
No, he's on the other side of the giant.
On the other
dwarf.
side. Then, okay.
The dwarf is not, the giant is not 5 feet wide. It's a bit bigger than that.
Okay.
And you need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, I can do that.
Can you?
Yes, actually. My con is a decent stat. I might not be pushing today, but it's a decent stat. Especially when I roll a 19. Yeah, you used to say 12. It's 22. I roll a 19 and get a 12. What?
I mean, your con's a -5.
Con of 0.
You still make it out of con of 0. You'd be dead, but you make it.
You take 20 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And you aren't blinded. You still take the full amount of damage, though.
Right, smites hurt like that.
Great swords hurt like that.
Yeah, great swords also hurt like that. Especially a smiting great sword. What's 15 plus 16 plus
31.
7?
38.
So 38 points of radiant damage, in addition to that 20 slashing.
Nice.
So that's 58 points of damage. Cool.
And that was his first attack. Second one, he's already on the ground, though, so.
And he's used to smite.
Yeah, and he's used
So it's not a
he's
smite
used
anymore.
to smite, so it's not even a smite.
It's going to be much less impressive overall.
Does a 22.
Yes.
For 13 points of damage.
Still damage.
As this fire fist just erupts from a building at you. Alright, that makes it your turn. Or, yeah, your turn.
This giant needs to stay.
Amusing. One moment. Well, the problem is, if I can either heal myself a lot, which is probably relevant because I have 3 hit points.
You probably don't want the giant to hit you 3 times, though.
Yeah.
I'll deal with him.
I
say.
also have Hold Monster ready. I can try to hold him down.
Good. All right. Well, then we will continue hitting the giant.
So if you want health back, you can go ahead and take that, and I
Well,
can just
Ari can also.
I can
Healing,
Go back
please.
through.
Yes. Healing blocks.
I can use
Staros Legion.
Natural 20.
They're really good at these.
Thank you, Fjord die. All of my natural 20 with these stats have been the Fjord die. 12 bludgeoning damage. Make a con save.
He succeeded that time.
All right. Second attack.
He's only got how many more attacks to? He's got to make that on.
3 more. 21 to hit. That hits. 12 bludgeoning damage. Make a con save.
Succeed.
Alright. Third attack. 20. That hits. damage, make a con save.
How many hit points does this guy have?
A lot. He's a giant. Hey, natural 20. Perfect.
I mean, you're good. You're chipping him down, but he's got the most of all everybody you're fighting.
14 bludgeoning damage, make a
Him
con
and the
save.
fire fist have the most health.
14 bludgeoning damage, make a con save.
Succeed. Yeah, that one was intended. Just succeed.
Yep, that's all of my attacks. He is not going to be stunned at the end of my turn.
All right. It's okay. He still has to make it through everyone else's turn without dying.
Yeah.
My turn?
Cool.
Alright, I'm gonna grapple this guy.
Which one?
The Fire Fist.
Okay.
The cleric.
All right. Athletics check. The war cleric. Thank you.
31.
War cleric's kind of like a I mean, he can't make a 31. He rolled really well. He rolled a 22.
Cool.
He just doesn't have any. He doesn't have any proficiency in athletics.
Is his firewall still up?
No, it's not.
Because it's Smite's concentration?
Yeah, Smite's concentration. It's already gone now. Already gone out. When he casts a Smite.
So right before he burst out of the window, the firewall went away.
Yeah, firewall wouldn't be extinguished.
Alright. I am going to... I'm trying to figure out where to drag him to.
Wherever. You are in the attack range of the giant, by the way.
Yeah,
No, I'm not.
He's a large creature. With
I
a
wouldn't have to
spear.
be.
Even if you were on the other side of the guy from me, he's a large creature with a spear, which means probably gonna
Spears
15
aren't a
foot
reach
range.
weapon. He had to move 10 feet down
He
here.
has a 10-foot reach.
Yes, but if he's on one side of you, and he's on the other, and I'm a space past him,
Yes.
That would be 50 feet away.
that'd be 15 feet away.
Yes. But
So,
it's a 20-foot It's a 20-foot road, and he takes up 10 feet of it in the middle. You can't get around him.
oh,
to the
I see
other
what you're saying.
side.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You're saying I can't move past
You
him. Yes,
can't-
no, I know that.
Yeah.
Sorry,
That's what I'm saying. If you're trying to get to the other side of the guy, you're going to take a dire opportunity.
No.
If you're just trying to grab him and pull him away, you're
Yes,
still going to take a
that's-
dire opportunity. Yeah.
Why am I going to take an opportunity?
You have to move around the giant to get to.
Unless you stay in his 10-foot radius.
But I'm not in his 10-foot radius. I grabbed the guy.
You have to pass. Okay. So let me organize this for you.
Yeah,
Um,
to maneuver to a
Shawnee
spot
went behind him
to flank.
to
Yes.
flank when he first showed up.
Yes.
So
What's that? That's a sharp. That's not a.
That's a shark.
So is he on the other side of Shawnee to flank with the giant?
Yes. So
If he's on the other side of
So-
Shawnee,
so yeah.
that puts him
Giant.
10 feet away
yeah,
from the
but
giant.
to get to a position to grapple him, you have to move around the giant, which means you have to move through his reach, because he takes up most of this alley.
I was on. Oh, I thought I was on the other side of the giant.
No, because the giant. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Giant. 10 feet. 10 feet.
For some reason, I thought that I had moved
Shawnee
past the
thing.
giant already to get to the crossbowmen.
No, the crossbowmen are here and here.
So I was over there by that middle window because
you sort of run. Yeah, you sort of run back. You've been in his radius
Okay.
this whole time,
But he's been stunned. Okay.
Now,
Thank
now
you
he's
for
not
the
stunned.
clarification.
Yeah.
All right. So
I mean, he doesn't go between you and me, so you could hold your action. I could
Appa-
try to monster.
there's not hold act. You don't hold your action in 5th edition. That's not a thing.
You can.
You can ready an action,
Yeah, you can ready an action.
which is not at all the same.
Which is, I have a spell I want to cast. I'm going
Yeah.
to cast this in response to something.
They don't let you change order of initiative, which
Yeah. You don't change order.
I have
I
said
mean,
as much already about my opinions
try
of 5th edition. So we'll.
Do what you want to do in reaction to me attempting hold monster. I mean, you might risk an attack opportunity if my
But I
spell
have to
doesn't work.
grapple him first anyway. So I'm gonna go grapple him.
By the way, detachable, like grid boards, really nice.
So yeah, I'm gonna grapple him. I've got him, and
It's actually a mirror on screen.
okay. So, oh, hold on. Rogue, disengage. Keep moving.
There you go.
Bonus action, disengage. Just pull him. Can I pull him into a building?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull him into a building for some private time. We're gonna have a grand old time. I'm taking it that meant something I did not intend.
Yes.
Okay.
It's fine.
I refuse to change what I said. Keep going.
Good.
So yeah, to give everybody an idea of sort of the current establishment of the battlefield.
Okay, so those are the arches.
Yeah.
There's the giant. Okay, thank you.
Giant is basically just barely in this place.
Alright, I dragged him into a building. We're gonna have a discussion with daggers and fists.
Okay.
And maybe a greatsword.
Hooves.
And hooves.
Daggers, fists, and great swords. Alright, so you used your action to grab him, you used your bonus action to disengage, and you took off. Without provoking time opportunity from the giant, because you used your disengage. Alright. What?
I think he just fell off.
Okay.
What was what?
Or sorry,
Oh,
who broke the
He's
handle?
blaming me for breaking another.
Alright.
It's Ariana's turn.
Ariana.
Okay.
Ariana Grande.
Heal me, please.
I think I'm going to heal the dwarf.
Alright, so. I'm going to pose to you the same question I just posed to Austin. Are you going to be trying to leave the... So you're right here. You're currently not in his attack radius.
You can healing word from a
Shawnee's here.
distance to not get into the attack
Healing word
radius.
is also going to be piddly, though.
So you can healing word Shawnee.
It's still decent.
You can healing word Shawnee and not enter the attack radius. You can enter the attack radius, but then have to either get out or stay there. Actually, no, you already hit. No, you
Is
hit
he
the
still
giant.
stuck?
You are in the attack
Oh yeah,
radius.
you are in the
Yeah,
attack
she-
radius.
That's right.
You're near Shawnee.
You hit.
So you, so you can either healing word and stab the giant, or cure wounds to get a little bit more healing.
That's the better for some reason. Yeah.
How close do I have to be from cure wounds?
Next to.
Right. Yeah. Be able to
You
touch.
have to stand
Okay.
next to me.
So
But you can do.
where is she?
You have to circle around the giant.
Okay.
So you can circle around.
Yeah, no, you're hurting, aren't you?
Yes, I have 3 hit points.
Okay, I'm gonna do 5th level cure wounds on you.
Yay.
That's good because the giant attacks 3 times.
Okay.
And I didn't do patient defense in exchange for trying to stun this guy, and it didn't work. So
Assuming that he survives the Minotaur's onslaught and whatever our centaur does and whatever our mage does, our mage might try to occupy the crossbowman.
I can try to occupy the crossbowman, or I can try to hold down the giant.
We'll see what happens, but it's your turn.
Yeah. Because I just realized the best thing I can probably cast right now is fog.
if it gives him disadvantage, I appreciate it.
Okay.
It'll just fog up everything, and they won't be able to aim.
No one,
So
uses, no one
25.
uses fog. And, like, why are you mainboarding fog? That's weird.
Turbo fog. Cynic turbo fog. It's a legitimate deck
21.
standard.
Yay.
25, I'm sorry,
25.
25.
Sorry,
Yay.
it's banned turbo fog because their win con is Teferi.
There's 5 over here.
Yeah.
There's only 3 over here.
So now you've got a little bit of health to go on.
A little bit.
The spiders did basically nothing.
Yeah, I know.
The snakes, on the other hand.
That's why I didn't have the spiders written down,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I knew they were peddling.
I have 1 key
I
point
didn't
left.
think these guys were going to be that tough, so I
Do I still have an action, or was that
That
it?
was your action.
Okay.
Alright. That makes it Garrus's turn.
My turn.
Kill the giant, please.
I will try. Alright.
You are flanking with me.
First attack. Double 10, so that's 16.
That misses.
Second attack.
Well, don't take the 1. Still don't take the 1.
The other one wasn't 1.
You have to.
Well, then take the other 1. Just don't take that one.
2. I miss.
Ha! I called it.
Alright.
Misses. Alright, Preston.
Bonus action going into a frenzy.
Okay.
He's upset.
Fritzy, right. I keep missing the giant.
Aim for the giant, not the shield.
Bang! Bang! The giant's just no.
No, I think the giant's not even moving his shield. It's just like
It's a tower shield.
Oh.
You have to go around.
That will break through.
I will break you!
Sugar Rush and what's his name from My Hero?
Yeah.
With the cinder block, just constantly just trying to break through all the blocks. Cementos.
Oh, sorry,
Sugar Rush and Red Riot.
Yeah, trying to break through cement
up
tunnels.
there.
Yeah.
Walls of
Okay, there's
cement.
six snakes on
We'll
on
eventually
those
get through.
three, so-
Snakes are currently.
Yeah, there's two on each.
And there's no way they can get
Okay.
flanking, I assume,
Because they're behind them.
because there's a wall.
Well, right, well, there's, yeah, but there's two on each of them. So.
Those are the snakes.
Okay. What did you say? 14 misses?
Yeah.
15 misses. Okay, one of them hits.
We could just imagine
22.
Snake calling.
Yeah.
How does it
One of them
taste?
hits. So whoever takes the damage, whatever, it's, what's it again? Oh, yeah.
Make your con.
Oh,
Actually, I
shoot.
prefer you fail your con.
5 piercing damage. And then saving throw.
DC?
11.
Failure. Doesn't matter what DC is, it's a failure.
5. That's poison damage. It's kind of pitiful.
Well, at least you still have your turn, right?
He's also
Yeah, I
poisoned.
got my turn.
Yeah.
He's also poisoned, so that's not.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do something with this giant.
He's on the floor, too.
Okay, the giant is
Preston.
up there by himself.
Preston is. Over here.
I'm going to use
Preston's the smart one. He's not getting in spear range.
second level spell slot, Shatter.
Okay.
Concentrating on the giant's head.
Yeah. You can do that.
Because that's what we do.
What's the range on that?
Range is 60 feet.
6-foot sphere? No, that's
No, it's a 10-foot sphere.
10-foot sphere.
10,
Yeah, yeah,
well,
yeah.
I can put it right
I mean,
above
it's
his head if I have to.
he is the 10 feet of
Yeah,
the
right,
sphere,
I'm just
so
gonna-
it's
I'm
fine.
just going to rattle his brain.
Shatter on the giant.
Yeah.
And it's
Natural 20 on the save.
23.
A very, very average amount of damage.
Natural 20
Yeah,
on the save.
or-
So.
Okay, yeah, very average damage. Okay, so half of 23.
Would be
That's
11.
8,
Yep.
11, whatever.
So 11.5 around now.
Wait. It's just 3d8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. 13, so 7 damage.
Okay.
Each total.
Okay. 7 damage. That makes it Raskin.
Does he get hit?
So
Probably.
this
Mostly
giant,
from the monk punching him in the head.
Repeatedly.
I can get
Yes, the giant.
So this giant's been repeatedly punched in the head. Now it's going to start moving again.
Yep.
Well, on the other hand, there's also like 5 crossbowmen that are going to start shooting folks.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought about that too, but
I mean,
I can deflect crossbow bolts. I can't deflect spears to the chest.
yeah. If I did use, let's see, so Fog Cloud says that Spider-Man Corner, the area is heavily obscured. So,
Provides cover.
okay. If that fog, because he's a giant, he's significantly taller than any of us. If that fog was in a place where it was in his head, where the fog was at his head, but not on us, would we get concealment?
So what you're saying is if it was 10 feet up where all the crossbowmen are and the giant's head is, but not on the ground where we're
Precisely.
stabbing at his feet.
so we can still
Precisely.
see him.
Yes.
Yes.
So
However-
you're gonna
however-
put that layer of fog.
However, he still knows where people are because they're stabbing him in the feet.
But he has disadvantage.
Yes, he would have disadvantage, but it wouldn't like completely conceal him.
But it would obscure the
Yeah, it would give
crossbow.
it would basically give everyone, all of the Boros attackers, a disadvantage.
Yeah.
That's enough.
It's more guaranteed than Hold Monster, which might
Sure.
not work.
Right.
Because I don't know how much wisdom this guy might or may not.
So you put up a fog cloud.
Yeah, I'm going to summon it basically inside the building, and then it'll spill out into his head.
Yeah.
Building to building.
It's sort of at his like mid-section, really, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
His head is in the clouds.
his head is above the clouds. Personal insecurities. This party is level 10. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
we're level 10.
Yes.
All right, their turn.
I'm low on key.
The Fire Fist is attempting to cast a spell. You don't actually counter it, but you can punch him.
I would like his face to be less whole.
Feel free to punch him. Then I need you to make a charisma save.
Last
Alright,
hole and half more
So
holes.
step 1, we're gonna use that venom thing and break it off with this attack.
That's a good idea. So attack roll. Do you have you have the tavern roller thing that you need for to improvise weapons? the Tavern Brawler feat gives you proficiency with improvised weapons. Otherwise, you don't have proficiency. You just have it's an attack.
Yeah, but so I don't have proficiency, but 24.
That still hits.
Cool.
It's a D4 minus 1 plus your strength.
And it's a sneak attack.
Yeah. Please roll grab.
There. Oh, I have advantage. Let me see if I get 20. I do not get a 20.
There.
D4 plus a whole bunch of other dice. So it does 1 less damage than my dagger would have.
That's going to do more damage because it has another thing that does.
So 6, 9, 15, 19, 23, 25 plus 4, 30 damage.
That hurts. And then you break it off.
Yeah.
So he has to make a save. If he fails, he takes a bunch of other damage.
That's massive.
Did he happen to have any concentration spells up?
Nope.
Is his spell that he's casting constant, or it doesn't work like that, does
No,
it?
it doesn't work like that. And I need to make a critical saving throw, assuming he doesn't die.
I have advantage
Don't think he's going to.
because I'm grappling him. Natural 20 always succeeds, right?
Yes, it does.
Huzzah.
You feel him attempting to banish you, but you manage to resist the banishment.
Good. I rolled a 20 and a 2.
Yay, advantage.
He does not die from the acid, but he does have acid in him, which is going to make it harder for him to do things later. The giant's turn. Hey, I get to do things. It's a disadvantage, but I still get to do things now.
No, just have.
Whirlwind attack is not a thing in 5th edition, I don't believe.
What?
I don't believe whirlwind attack is something that anyone has access to in 5th edition.
It'd be nice, you know.
Drunken Master Monks get something similar, but not exactly.
Shawnee does an 18 hit.
Yes.
Okay, so
That might be higher.
It doesn't matter if it's higher, it hits me.
It is higher.
How does Sentinel attack work?
when a creature within 5 feet of me makes an attack against a target other than me, I can use your reaction to make a melee attack against the attacking creature.
Yeah, hit him.
Kill him before he hits me again.
You're still flanking.
You take.
That is a 20.
That hits. You take 16 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Damage.
You have creature frenzy?
Huh?
Did you add your frenzy too?
Rage
damage.
Rage damage.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's what that.
He's still up.
Or, yeah.
Please miss.
That's 2 15s, which makes that a 25.
Okay.
On Shoni. That's 5 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7. And a third attack.
You're unconscious.
You still have to make the attack roll.
Yep. The lowest one is 20. Because can't see where you're at because of the fog, so he just starts stabbing down through the fog at Shawnee. And you see this sunlight spear just. You have 2 failed death saves.
Yep.
And it's Crossbowmen's turn. They also can't see, so they're just going to keep shooting at Shawnee.
19.
No.
With,
I was rolling my death save ahead of time.
oh. Well, let's see if the crossbowmen hit you, because it might not matter.
Yep.
They, however, have a much lower to hit.
And are still a disadvantage.
Yes, they are at disadvantage, and they have a much lower to hit.
Also, they have super disadvantage because I'm prone and more than 5 feet away from them.
Yeah. Miss.
Miss.
Miss. 18.
That is dead.
Yep. So they continue to fire at you, so it doesn't matter. I don't have to roll, but they're not firing anybody else. as a rain of crossbow bolts through the fog just thud repeatedly into Shawnee's body.
Are you dead?
Yep.
Can they see where Shawnee was?
Yeah, they know where Shawnee was because they had been shooting at her previously, and so they were just kept shooting in that area.
They just still got disadvantaged.
They had disadvantage from the fog.
Okay.
So
Because I didn't get to move.
yeah, because Shawnee got
Once the fog came out.
yeah, Shawnee got moved.
You're the druid.
Druids don't raise dead. I don't believe.
They do actually.
They have reincarnation, though I don't know what level.
They also have Revivify.
I do not have reincarnation.
Do you have a Revivify selected?
What?
Revivify.
If you don't have a Revivify right now, you can't bring her back right now.
Also, you wouldn't be able to at all because it takes.
Revivify requires it to be right now.
Whereas
When did I have that?
Yeah, you didn't choose it.
I'm looking right now.
Alright, that's the end of their turn.
Oh, no, they don't get Revivify.
Oh wait, no. 3 of them.
Druids don't typically get the raised dead stuff. It's
Yeah, the
typically
other three.
clerical.
The other 3 are attacking snakes.
They do get reincarnated at level 1,
Hit,
which is exactly the level that we
hit,
have.
miss, hit, miss.
Should be interesting to reincarnate Shawnee as an
Yes.
race.
Critical hit.
I told to ask.
Yes. Alright, so 4 of the snakes got hit. 1 of them got critically hit. That one's probably dead.
Probably.
It's dead.
There's 2 of them that were down to 1 and 3, by the way.
Although the question then becomes, do you actually have the materials
That
to
was down to
reincarnate
3.
someone?
Dead. That was down to 1.
I mean, we're looting an entire,
Dead.
part of the city here, so I'm sure we can find and loot the supplies.
There's not a lot of wealth around here.
It takes 1,000
slaughtered.
GP worth of rare oils and goods.
Yeah. I mean, you could always press into service That's one of the ways that Gruul recruit is that basically they go, hey, look, you want to die? No? Want to join the Gruul? Cool. Go kill that person. You succeed? You're Gruul now. Come with us. That's Gruul recruitment.
Makes sense.
I guess Viashino could be lizard folk or could be dragonborn. Depending on how you wanted to play it.
Lizard folk. It specifically says lizard folk in the book. In the stat blocks.
The Viashino race that they created for the testing of it was basically exactly the same as lizard folk. Instead of a bite, they had a tail attack.
11 points damage to one of those snakes.
Okay, that's the last one. That was gone.
So there are 2 snakes left, 3 of them left. Do, and that makes it
My
Shawnee's
turn.
turn is dead, and Kovar. You got a fire fist in your hands.
Yes. How injured is he looking? Medicine check.
Yeah, that's the check.
16.
I'm still above half health.
Oh. I got
Only
the
you and Shawnee have hit him.
I got
Or, sorry,
interest-
only you and Ari have hit him.
It's interesting. I think I have more of these legs, right?
Yeah, you do. You have plenty more of those legs.
I got to play my dwarf monk for all of 3 seconds.
Sorry. Tried to do
I mean, you kept if the giant had failed his stun checks, would still be stunned. So.
Should I take the 23 or the 23?
Yes.
23.
All right. Nah, nothing. We go with the 23 instead.
And break it off again.
Oh yeah.
Would have been nice if it had been stunned again. I would have thought.
Yeah.
If it had been stunned in the first 2 hits, I could have dodged.
So you know what number is really Kovar's thing today?
What?
30.
I mean, he was above half health. He's not anymore. You know what numbers I just rolled? He's looking bad. He's
Cool.
not looking good.
And then I'm trying to decide to do with my move and my bonus action, but there's not a whole lot to do. let's.
Hold him there. You can try to, you can pin him down to restrain him.
No, I can't. That takes an attack.
That is, your bonus action.
I can't make a bonus action attack.
Sorry, you didn't attack with a finesse on.
Yeah, I have to two.
You have to attack with finesse on.
No, it would have to be a light weapon attack. Not a thing. I mean, yeah, we'll just keep him here.
Okay. That makes it Ari's turn.
Okay. Who is still left right now?
Oh, I am going to go for the stairs so I can go upstairs if this guy dies.
Yep.
Can you explain? I see the giant.
Soldiers that are still fighting snakes. Soldiers that have crossbows. There's a fog over everything, so you can't really see them.
How many soldiers
And
are
the
there?
giant. 5. These guys have not one of them has died yet.
Okay.
The spiders were the only thing that really. The spiders and the tentacles are the only thing that really attacked them.
There's also a giant.
Yeah. Is the giant hurting?
The giant is, yes, bleeding heavily all over.
Okay.
And you took your flame blade out, right?
Yes.
Or you might have some
Can-
powerful spells.
Most damaging spell right now is still Flame Blade.
What about erupting earth? Oh well, that might hit a lot of people.
Yeah,
now.
it'll hit everyone.
Okay. So I'm hurting. Can I heal myself and make an attack?
With Healing Word you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the record, by the way, reincarnate is a 5th level spell. So
Yes.
you can reincarnate.
Yeah, but it requires 1,000 GP worth of materials.
It does.
Okay. Cure wounds myself.
Healing
I'm
Word.
sorry.
And would have interesting implications.
Healing word.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Especially considering none of the Ravnica races are on the list.
I mean, I wasn't from Ravnica in the first place.
It's true.
Oh, I assume you switched over to Ravnica chart.
Is there a
Maybe not.
Ravnica reincarnate chart?
There isn't one, but I mean, so you could make
I'd have to make
equivalencies.
Yeah, I can make an equivalency. Well, most of the races do exist in Ravnica. The only ones that don't are
Half-orcs.
Dragonborns, half-orcs,
And dwarves.
Just make switch outs for like
Loxodon.
yeah, Loxodon for
Loxodon,
Dragonborn,
lizard folk,
Lizard Folk.
Pedalkin,
Yeah.
Okay.
and gnomes, I guess, and halflings.
Gnomes and halflings could switch out for goblins,
Goblins.
and
Simic hybrids.
yeah.
You reincarnate as a Civic hybrid.
Very oddly. You started off as a dwarf, you come back as an abomination.
Or Centaur if you want to go for a more natural one.
Or yeah, Centaur.
Centaur, yeah.
Centaur Minotaur. That's it. Centaur Minotaur.
We could have 4 centaurs in the party.
Okay. I healed myself. I'm going to attack the giant with my
You
flame
hit
blade.
yourself with hit word.
Yes.
And you're still flanking. She's on the opposite side.
What does that do?
You get advantage.
Okay.
You can always roll 20.
Plus 8, so.
Yeah, 27 to hit.
That hits.
So roll 46 fire damage.
Oh yeah, homunculi. That's another race. You can come back as a homunculus.
11 damage.
How would you like to kill the giant?
Yeah.
Who had 5 hit points left?
Yes.
I feel like if I hit dwarf on the reincarnate table, I just come back as myself, though.
Yeah. If you hit
Um,
dwarf,
I would like to dig into his like Achilles tendon and go up.
So the centaur just stabs into the heel of this giant and just rips up as the fire incinerates the viscera that spills out. As it does, just leaving this cauterized wound, which causes it to kneel forward and then collapse down onto the ground.
You know what Flame Blade is? It's Cinder's sword.
Oh, awesome.
And as the giant falls, while there are still some enemies left to fight, that's where we're going to end for this week. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
But